Alright. Have fun.
Hello, and welcome back to episode 2 of Chronicles of the Grand Nation, The Silent War!
Woo!
We are awesome, we are excited to be back. Thank you everyone again who tuned in last session and was able to watch and be there for our first ever episode. This is episode 2. We have a few announcements that we just want to run through, and then we're going to get started by jumping right back into the game. First and foremost, before we start anything, we want to thank all of the amazing independent creators who took all of the time and energy to contribute onto this project. We want to thank our artist Angela, who is responsible for all of the beautiful artwork you will see, both characters and all of the icons you see on the screen. As well as all of the music you will be hearing, courtesy of Mr. Tom. All of them will be available shortly on Spotify. It is a 15-song soundtrack that you will be able to download and listen to at your convenience. I think that is everything for the creators. Again, please check out everything that we have done. All of the content creators that worked with us, they are amazing. Seriously, go check them out. And then I think we have Anna, who wants to... Actually, you know what? No, I'm so sorry. Before we begin, let's introduce ourselves again. We have, going down the list, we have Mr. Vanuth Cardonal, being played by our wonderful friend Mike.
No, hey, I have friends.
We have the beautiful Zelina Cardonal, being played by our wonderful friend Mo.
Greetings and salutations, everybody.
We have the beautiful, the luscious warlock, Miss Tessera, being played by our friend Anna.
Hi!
And then we have the stunning, the powerful, the all-witted Miss Muffin, being played by our wonderful friend Dylan.
I'm sorry.
Stop! For those who obviously can see, Brehik will not be joining us this session. He has some life things going on, so we are going to, we're gonna godmod his character. He's going to still be in the game, and he will be returning to us hopefully soon. But that being said, Anna, do you want to go through with our social media updates?
Awesome, yeah. So, I take care of the social media around here, so be sure to follow us on all of our social media. X, Instagram, TikTok. You can join our Discord. We have a great time over there. And all of our videos will be available on YouTube and on Spotify for everyone on Thursday morning. But, if you're impatient and you want to support us, you can subscribe to our Patreon, where you'll be able to access those videos a day early, so on Wednesday mornings at 9 a.m. Eastern Time. And you will also have access to our 4-episode prologue that we completed before we started our live stream sessions. So you can get some backstory and see kind of how this crazy group got together.
Yeah, and I think that would be everything. So, that being said, we have a lot of fun things coming in store that we cannot wait to share once we get them up and running. Am I forgetting anything? Does anyone...
Discord.
Am I forgetting anything, anyone? We mentioned Discord. Yep, please join our Discord. Submit fan art. We'd love to have your fan art showcased in our art gallery. And I think that's it right now. Anyone else can think of anything?
No, I think that's it.
Alright. Well, that being said, let's dive into this. So, where we last left off, our brave heroes had departed from the town of Ashentar, making their way, escorting a caravan. Specifically, it is the caravan of a Mr. Hushed Knot, a tabaxi merchant who needed some extra security to make his way towards Easthollow, your next destination. On the road, you encountered an abandoned outpost that was overrun with undead. These undead were not particularly a challenge, though you did hear a mention of the Vile One being uttered from the names of the captain riding an undead warhorse skeleton. Inside the outpost, you were able to free 3 guards, 2 of which seeming to be normal outpostmen, and the third being from the Ruby Guard. The Ruby Guard being an elite personal guardsman service run exclusively from the Emperor himself, Mr. Bron Gortez. So, you had just finished rendezvousing at this outpost, and you had agreed that the Emperor should definitely know of the undead running around his empire, and that you were willing to travel with Bron after Easthollow to go and alert the king of his shortcomings, not being aware that this is happening. So, shifting our scene, once again, we are back in the Crouzyan Empire with your group making their way on the road. I believe you still have, I want to say, because it was
6 days.
6
I
days.
believe?
Yes, I believe it is 6 days you have left. Yep, 6 days till Easthollow
You know,
as you start making your way.
I do have to say, I'm glad it wasn't a living warhorse skeleton. That'd have been a lot weirder.
I can't. Oh my goodness. All right. So, as I put on some lovely ambience here, begin our journey. Is there anything anyone would like to say or do that evening on the road, as you are now being accompanied by this lovely individual? If I could pull up his art here.
We're
A
going to
reminder.
Easthollow, right?
Yep.
Yeah,
Being-
Muffin will just... Oh, sorry, go on.
No, I was just Braun, and then the caravan, Hushed Not, the merchant you are escorting.
Yeah. While sitting on Brihik, probably in bear mode or whatever, like usual, Muffin will just sort of run over and look at the cart group. So, have you been to Easthollow before? To Braun, probably.
Yeah, Braun would look to Muffin, say, "No, not particularly. I've been more north, you could say, but it would be a first for me. I hear it's a small town, more of a logging and simple farming village."
What about you, Papa Cat? I say to Hushed.
Oh my god, you Oh. Yeah, Hush looks to you. He says, I've been quite a few times. It's a very lovely little village. If you're headed up that way, honestly, I mean, personally, I would recommend the Noble Pillow. It's a beautiful little tavern. Oh my goodness, not the Noble Pillow. I'm so sorry. It's called the Staggering Tavern.
I was gonna say that was in the last.
I know. I looked at the wrong one.
God, it's a chain.
It's a chain.
They're available everywhere.
It's your local Red Roof for Red Roof Motel. Yes, but he would say the local the Staggering Tavern. It's called. It's a quaint little tavern. Not much to it, but it is secluded enough that you can get some proper rest. One of the things that I like about Easthollow is that it's quiet. Not a lot happens. It's a pretty sleepy village.
Will you be Mr. Braun, will you also be staying with us at the tavern while we're there, or do you have other quarters you'd be staying at?
Unlikely I'd be staying at the tavern, but please don't fret. I'm more than capable of paving my way myself.
No, I was just gonna say, I can only imagine that there's probably going to be a very nice performance at the tavern. I look to Zelina.
You're hyping them up.
Were you
Totally,
saying?
yeah.
Were you saying this to Braun?
Yeah, I'll say that to Braun.
You realize Zelina is probably koala'd still to him.
I know, yeah.
Not koala, just hugging one of those arms. That's all.
Oh,
You're
goodness.
hanging off his arm, Zelina, and he'd say, "Oh, you're a performer.
Well, yes, I am indeed.
I can't wait to hear you play."
It will be extravagant.
Yes, not like her first time, but she has come a very long way and put a lot of hard work into it.
I don't know how to take that, brother.
A compliment. A sibling compliment.
Yuck.
He gives Zelina a very admirable smile, and he says, "Not everyone can be born with talents. Just knowing that it's something you have to work at, and yet you're still amazing. I mean, it is a compliment."
Yes, but it's a compliment from him, and that's just.
Careful.
Yeah,
You'll
light
get wrinkles. I said what I said.
Light chuckles kind of heard between Braun and Hushed as he would continue forward.
Question. I don't remember. Did you have me roll or not roll for the whole looking for food stuff?
I was not having you roll because Hushed had enough supplies.
Ah, well, I can help him with his supplies. I can, do that thing as an outlander. You know, the thing.
Excuse me.
Uh-oh.
I'm so sorry.
The food, it's fighting back.
No, I was drinking water. It went up the wrong way.
Oh no!
Was it because I made you laugh, or because you just went up the wrong way?
It just went the wrong way. I mean,
Ah.
make me laugh, but no.
I see.
Yes, please. If you want to post your Outlander trait.
There we go.
Yeah. So, with your Outlander ability, it makes it very easy to find food.
Awesome.
Like I said, this is a pretty healthy road. A lot of foliage, a lot of like wild foraging opportunities. Crouzyan has always, the Empire itself has always been, had that kind of terrain. It's a very, plentiful and vibrant country. Definitely has a lot of natural resources to offer.
You mean exploit?
Stop, now you're talking like an imperialist.
No, I'm talking like a eco-terrorist.
Not yet. You haven't met the eco-terrorists yet. So, moving forward, is there anything anyone wants to say as you would make camp for that evening?
I totally wasn't spending a lot of that time trying to figure out what my nickname for Braun was. I remember.
Oh boy.
Speaking of Braun, I would like to ask him questions.
Yeah, no, you are more than welcome to. As you know, you set camp for the night. You start pitching your tents, making a fire. Braun contributes, pulls his own weight, helps set up tents, helps gather firewood, whatever's needed of him. He doesn't take control of it, but he definitely offers his services wherever you guys see need for it.
Oh, when you say pulls his own weight, don't you mean his weight plus Selena's?
The problem is he doesn't even notice
Yeah,
the weight of something.
Yeah.
If Selena straight up was, and that's up to you, Selena, if you're trying to do the damsel, like, oh no, I can't pitch my tent.
Oh, she's 100% doing that.
He, without question, is like, oh no, let me help, like, here you go, like, he 100% is like, oh, I am this super helpful, bright-eyed person, allow me to assist however I can.
Zelena's like, oh, I thank you. It's so hard to find good help these days.
As I walk
Can I
up,
gesture to Captain? Oh, sorry, go on.
No, I was just, as I walk up, I would like mutter to Zelina, just, well, now you're acting like a Molly. Braun, was it? I had a couple questions for you regarding your physical capabilities and what type of fighting style you follow, seeing as we're going to be traveling for a bit. Together. Ish.
Yeah, again, just, oh, yes, of course. Typically, I use a spear and shield. If we ever get into a situation where combat is needed, be sure I will do what I can to aid your group and keep people safe.
Well, that is wonderful. We are all traveling together, and if we all reach there safely, that is a plus. But I guess I should probably be more specific. Are you a fighter? Do you fight? Is that your main thing? Do you have a little bit of magic? Do you pray to any gods or something?
He chuckles a bit. He says, I do follow Atri, but I am by no means considered a magic user.
Atri? Wait, can you repeat that name again?
I think I said it correctly. I might be mispronouncing my own world's gods. Yes, Atri. Goddess of change, creativity, and culture.
Let me find
That's how
it.
you know
The one that
they're
you
good.
follow, dude.
Ah! Yes!
That's how you know they're good gods if you can't pronounce their names.
No, it's not. I follow Hela. I follow Hela.
Oh no, I'm thinking of. Oh god, I was thinking of Zelina. I think. Zelina? Yes? No? Or am I wrong? Am I just off base?
I was gonna say, Zelina follow a god? That doesn't seem out of character.
What is, how do you spell that?
Atriy. I totally know what all my players do in their free time. I know everyone's characters.
Atry or Atari? Why?
Atriy.
Like this.
Oh, that is very interesting. Well, that answers my questions. Oh, and do let me know if emotions to Zelina. You ever need a break? And we'll go about setting a perimeter.
I'm gonna gesture to Zelina. Captain!
Yes, Finn.
Just sort of in a whisper. Would you? I'm more than happy to volunteer to maybe sleep outside if you guys want a tent together.
I love the gesture, but it's okay.
Okay. Actually, I will go run after Van. You know, my teacher always told me that I should fight some people, right? Because I want to learn how they fight and improve my own. We should spar, General. She says with like sparkly eyes.
He he kind of looks at you. You know, while that is not entirely a bad idea, you do realize that I use an bow and arrow, and I cannot exactly not try to kill you? And I'd rather, if we're going to spar it, not necessarily, I'm not trying to say, oh, you couldn't handle it, but you know what I mean.
Well, you got Dressel.
You want to fight Dressel?
I mean, you know I can shoot a bow as well, if that's how you prefer to fight.
Well, no, I think you're missing the point I'm trying to say. He kind of thinks for a second, like, how do I explain this? And he will say, so this was a part of the problem that we had with Brehik, where he wanted us to not kill people and stuff, but if you shoot somebody with an arrow, you can't exactly not kill them, kind of thing. That kind of thing.
Oh.
So, if we were to spar...
Well, how about... Wait, what if we reverse it? Would you like to learn from me? I could teach you some punchies.
Well, I know decent punchies, but to be fair, you have special punchies.
Do I?
Yes. Most people, I don't think, can hit or kick as hard as you can. Or, I guess the term would be precisely. Precise? Precision.
Wait here for a second. I run up to Sarah. Rock Queen! Can you do me a favor?
Depends on the favor.
And she looks totally ready. Hit me.
Why would I hit you?
I'm testing something. Hit me.
In the distance, you would see Van nodding his head like, yeah, hit her.
You're sure?
Hit me with your hand, your fist.
What is this gaslighting? It's like group gaslighting.
Me! I'm always the one. She's like, can I ask why?
Oh, I'm just testing something. Don't worry about it. I'll tell you afterwards.
Because that's not gaslighting. Alright. She'll try to hit you.
Roll me an unarmed attack.
My fucking
Can I
on
not
that.
dodge in a way? Like, is there a way I can make it just hit?
Yeah, technically. I mean, yeah. I mean, if you would like to get hit, if you want to just roll me that damage.
Yeah, do it.
I think it's just literally. You ready for this?
A 1.
I'm like, it's literally 1.
You watch as like you like punch her somewhere, and she doesn't react at all. She just turns her head to look at Van. I see your point.
Yep, exactly.
Oh my god!
So, if I were to fight you on a fair point, it wouldn't necessarily be fair, now would it? But it also wouldn't be fair if I shot you with a bow. Thank you
You've
ever
given
so
me something
gratefully
to
to
think
Sarah.
What was that?
Oh, you don't need to worry about it. Don't worry, I won't go tell other people that you punched Muffin unprovoked. It's fine.
Unprovoked.
First of all, being asked, I think that's the opposite of unprovoked. She literally came up and said, hit me.
Thank you, Rock Queen. You have helped me.
He's kind of like, alright.
Well, hold on. Hold on, Muffin. Here's the real question. Have you ever felt what it is to feel like getting punched by yourself?
I hit myself?
Well, I guess it would be the most equivalent way to show you exactly how much it hurts more versus to Sarah here.
Okay. Where should I hit myself?
Just Charlie horse, right in the leg.
I rolled a punch myself.
What are you doing?
Going on.
Punch yourself. Go for it. I don't. Roll me damage. Yeah.
I was gonna
Punch
say, do I roll?
yourself. Incapacitate your own kneecap. Go for it.
Doesn't want to roll. It's fine.
Yeah. 4 damage to the shin. Doesn't feel fucking nice, does it?
Muffin just nods to herself and just says, doesn't hurt as much as when she would punch me. I have a lot more training to do.
Oh, who is this
Why do
she?
you make it like you were?
Were you abused? Or was it your master?
Hmm? My master!
Oh, interesting. Well, you do have to learn the hard way most of the times. He, like, taps his stone arm.
Oh no, there is no problem. I asked for it. I asked to be trained.
Oh, there you go.
Well, anywho, I'm gonna go train, I guess, cause I don't want to. It's weird. I can't spar with you, cause you have a bow. You might hurt me more. I can't spar with Tessera, cause she
You
has
could go with
magic.
Braun.
Braun! I yell from across the camp.
Braun's probably trying to feed the fire, focusing on survival. Looks up, like, he was aware, but he wasn't, like, paying too much attention. Like, no one seemed like they were in any danger, so he wasn't, like, eavesdropping. So he has a little bit of a deer in the headlights look of, like, huh, what?
Mr. Flexi Pants, what kind of fighting do you do?
Typically I use a spear and a shield.
Could
Didn't
I
I
spar
just
with you?
answer that?
I mean, you answered it to Van, not me.
I know, he has this moment of like, I just answered, okay. Yeah, I mean, if you ask him to spar, he kind of like stands up a bit, kind of rolls his shoulders back. He's like, I could go around the two.
So am I only allowed to? I look at Van when I say this. Am I only allowed to attack one side? Cause he has a hostage. The koala on his
Yeah.
arm.
You think, You could just think of it as an extra shield.
I don't want to hit Captain.
Well, have you ever punched a tree?
Oh, just, and he looks to Selena, he's like, would you be alright if I went and sparred for a bit?
Oh, well, yes, you can go ahead and spar. Knock yourselves out.
Sometimes literally.
Ah.
He nods to Selena, and again, it's very like, he's like, will you be okay if I, like, will you be okay alone energy, you know, not, very little recognition of the romance involved, like, he's not stupid, but he is like, I just met you, there's no way that you could possibly be like, the way, he doesn't know you're a Cardano sibling yet, like, he doesn't know about the Cardanos, but he thinks like you're a normal person still.
Well, he met Archie.
Well, if he knows Archie's a Cardinal or not, who knows?
He still doesn't, like, the normal people aren't like, yes,
Mhm.
my long lost true love. So he very much is like, oh, like, they fought undead, she's probably scared, she's probably like, you know, any rationalization.
It's
But
okay.
he will-
Zelina will pay attention and watch the spar.
He will pick up his sword or his spear and his shield. He will approach Muffin, get into sort of a defensive stance, and he says, oh, don't hold back now.
If I did, I would probably get yelled at by my master. So that's okay. And yeah, I will spar with Braun.
Yeah, and I mean, he has a multi-attack.
Yep, fair.
He is, for your level, he's rough. Like, there is a seasoned veteran, quote, quote, cough, cough, underneath this very gentle exterior. And Muffin necessarily wouldn't understand this part too much, but Tessera, Brehik, even Van or Zelina haven't gotten some gists of it, that people outside of the Crouzyan Empire do not typically join the Ruby Guard. You know, joining the Ruby Guard is the highest privilege that a knight of any renown can have in the Empire. And this man, who came from the Patriarch of Kimnia, being able to join such an elite rank, even watching him spar with Muffin, you can tell that there was a reason he got picked to join their ranks. And it definitely shows in his combat abilities. Like, he worked hard to get to where he is. Like, through hard work and studying and dedication and a good mindset. Like, you can see it in how he fights. He fights very honorably, very upfront. He doesn't fight, like, dirty or underhanded in any way, but there is an intelligence behind how he swings. Efficiency is a good word for it. Yeah, he would give Muffin a good run for her money.
Muffin just like lying on the ground. That was fun. General, I'm going for you next time. We'll figure it out. Don't worry.
Well, if you could ever find a way to, I don't know, catch arrows, then maybe we'll have a better time.
My master could do that. It can't be too tough.
Well, would you want to practice?
As I'm on the ground with bruises.
Well, not
and
right
a smile,
now.
she'll go, yes, absolutely.
Well, not right now. We'll have I'll put a backdrop, you'll stand next to it, and I'll shoot the arrows next to you, and you gotta catch them. But we'll do that
Okay.
later, not right now.
Yeah, shoot her while she's down.
I have disadvantage.
She's prone.
I just like that no one is gonna like parrot this, so...
The one who would is not here.
Yeah.
Brehik would scold you, probably from a cart, but I will not dictate on how intently he would. But Brehik would probably be with Hushed most of the night, enjoying some traveling tales from some relative merchant talk.
Is he in gnome form, or is he in bear form?
He is, yes, Brehik is in his gnome form.
Okay, because I was gonna make the joke if he was still in bear form, just to be like, you guys think he's gonna, like, come out of that eventually?
Bit of an era. Just
Yeah.
like stuck in bear form for a bit.
That'd be horrifying.
That would be I don't know.
It's like when your mom says, like, don't make that face or it'll get stuck that way. And you have your druid mom
God.
who's like, don't wild shape into something you don't want to stay in forever because you can get stuck that way.
God, that's horrible. Stop that. Put that away.
Wild magic, but for wild shapes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or just be a wild magic sorcerer and turn yourself into a potted plant.
Yeah.
So, is there anything else anyone would like to do throughout the night?
Nope. I'll talk to Braun on another day.
Yeah.
Nope, just taking care of my instruments.
Your wonderful instruments. As you would continue traveling over the next 3 days. It is relatively uneventful. You get some overcast, maybe a light spit of a shower for part of maybe the second day, but it is otherwise uneventful. You're able to travel, stick to the road. You see a few merchant carts passing here and there. It probably feels like when you go shopping with your mom at Target and she finds an old friend at Target and they start talking and you're like, I want to go home. Hushed will do that with a merchant that passes by. They'll end up having like a 15-minute conversation in the middle of the road.
That's just 15 minutes. Tess gets to look at rocks.
Yeah. Legally, like that's how it works.
May.
She's off somewhere in the distance, sorting through the rocks on the side of the road. And you would eventually, upon walking this path, would start to hear a howl in the distance.
Ooh.
One that's loud enough to kind of make Drezel, your wolf, his ears sort of start to perk up, and he starts looking around a little cautious.
Does it sound wolf-like?
That's a very good question.
A wolf howl does sound wolf-like, yes. That is
didn't
indeed.
I didn't hear you say wolf. I just heard howl.
Oh, yep.
Why is Dressel missing a toe?
Leave
had this-
him alone.
We had this conversation with Misty as well.
I
didn't we?
know. Gosh.
Can I make a perception check to
Mm-hmm.
check our area?
Would like to.
Yeah, you can absolutely.
Would like to as well to find out where in the world they're coming from.
Where in the world is
Carmen San Diego.
18?
Carmen San Diego.
Do I have advantage because they're wolves? No, I'm kidding.
18, 10.
10.
And
18 and 10. You, Van,
Mm-hmm.
you don't see anything right away, but you know Drezel is listening. Muffin would hear it before seeing it. The sound of what sounds like multiple feet hitting the dirt. And looking up, you would see what looks like a pack of wolves. Led by a really big alpha, you could assume. But with Van, your history, you're like, that's a dire wolf.
Mm-hmm. We had a long rest, correct?
You have.
Yeah.
Alright.
Well, it's been 3 days.
No,
I'm assuming.
No!
Zelina and... The reason I asked was Zelina and Finn, you guys get the treats, by the way. 'Cause
Oh, cool.
Normally I would give one to Breathick, but he's not here. So, you two get those.
Hey,
that was that 2 temp, right?
2 temp. Yes, sir.
Yep.
Well, if
my
I...
gift of lacquercy is not going on Van this morning. It's going on Braun.
I know it is. I would let everyone know, though, upon seeing the larger one. Well, I wouldn't hazard and hope that it's not natural around here, but are direwolves something that you have often on this road, Mr. Hushed?
Hushed looks a little on edge. His fur standing up a bit. You can tell he does not like wolves. Call it the natural cat in him, but he is not thrilled with what he is looking at.
Well,
How's he been with Dressel?
He tolerates Dressel. Like there's a level of like he's domesticated. These are
Okay.
wild dogs.
so
And he will say,
Ooh.
he will tell you, Van, wolves are around these parts, but I've never seen one that big, or at least not this far away from Easthollow.
Well, let's find out, shall we? Let's see if they're willing to talk, and I will cast Speak with Animals.
Yeah, boy.
Woo!
Oh.
I had no idea what I totally, let me pull up that branch of the story.
What? What is that supposed to mean?
Dude, you have a druid and a ranger. I was like, they're gonna talk to these wolves. They're gonna, I gotta have names. I gotta have backstories. They're NPC. Every animal in this game is an NPC. At this
Zelina,
point.
would you mind if I trade places with you for in case this goes wrong?
With me?
Here.
Yeah,
Oh
I'd
no,
also step
Zelina
there.
likes to be in the middle.
Okay.
Tess would have casted her daily mage armor.
Yep.
You're not gonna catch me slipping.
No slipping over here. So, you cast Speak with Animals, and you approach Van. What do you say?
Van's approaching. I will move forward then.
I would say, hail, friends. Hopefully this doesn't have to turn into anything dangerous. Might I ask why you are stopping us on the road today?
Like a murmur amongst a crowd, some of the traditional wolves, we'll call them, the regular wolves, start
Regular wolves.
start muttering amongst themselves the comments of, we're here to hunt, we're here to eat. Easier the prey, the better. The dire wolf, who is very obviously in charge of this pact, lifts his head up. You get a very similar energy to Drezel in this one. As he says, we are on the hunt. We are on the hunt for food.
Well, that's strange. I wouldn't think you would have any small amount of game in the woods. Is there a reason you're starting to turn more towards, looks back at the group, two-legged individuals?
The undead have been a hindrance to us. They've caused wild game to flee the area. So we are hungry, and you look prey.
Well, one thing first. We've also ran into some undead. Would you happen to know where they are located so that we might, I don't know, get rid of them so they don't cause you any more problems? Two, are you sure we look like easy prey?
Ooh, roll me intimidation. With advantage, because you do have Drezel with you.
Oh boy. 8.
Nice!
Do I have inspiration? Sure.
Why, you
Once
want to be
again-
out, you want to swing your dick at some
Soft
wolves,
20.
really? That's what you're trying to
Once
do?
again, if anyone doesn't know,
Listen.
our lovely DM gives us an inspiration each
At the
session
start of-
because
Yeah.
at the start of each session.
No,
Yep,
man.
that is a
Van
thing.
don't save his inspiration. What are you talking about? This is the one thing he's good at.
Yeah, with a 20. Some of the wolves seem to back down a little bit, more intimidated by you and Drezel, where this dire wolf stands more firm, kind of lifts his chin up a bit like stoic defiance. You get the sense he is a very stubborn dire wolf.
Well, let me do what you want
He
better. Oh, okay.
says, undead humans have been roaming these trails and killing off travelers who try to make it southward toward the village. I will not move my pack and bend to some undead abomination.
How about this? How do you want better? I will turn back to Hush, because this all sounds like wolf noises, I'm assuming, to everyone else.
Yep.
You should start barking.
We'll have to use some of your supplies plus our food I gathered for today. Update quickly. Undead have been causing the local game to flee. That is why they are here attempting to attack us.
Oh, so do they want us to take out the undead?
Well, they want to eat us, but I'm gonna try to convince them to lead us to them instead.
Well, if you need help, brother, let me know.
Will do. Hopefully this should be enough, and I will produce the 5-person worth of food that I can get, and maybe a little bit of extra since I've been handling most of our portions from Hushed if he's willing to take them to the wolves.
Yeah, I mean, you go around to the side of the car with Hushed, and he starts, like, going through his supplies. The wolves seem to be impatiently waiting, and while you're doing that, Braun looks to Zelina, who's on his arm, and goes, Is your brother talking to them?
Well, yes, he does this quite often, actually. He's a man of nature.
Fascinating. Okay, that's new. And he was barking, right? Like, I wasn't... He sounded like he was speaking dog.
Yes.
Wolf.
It's a spell, speak with animals. Like I said, he's a ranger with nature, talks to the animals.
Yes, and our druid friend can
You'll
also
get
do it.
used to it. You'll get used to it. It's not the first time.
Yeah, as I'm getting the food, does Drezel have any grumpy shit to say about this? As he normally is.
Yeah, if you ask Drezel or, like, look to him, he sort of gives a little bit of a huff. A comment of... Stubborn pack leaders will only get their own packs killed.
Yep, and we're trying to prevent it as best we can. And I will carry the... Oh, sorry.
He gives Man the side eye, like the bombastic side eye, as if implying, like, you're in a pack, stubborn leaders get each other killed.
I feel like he's... You know the dog whale eye thing they do?
Yeah, that's exactly what he's doing.
What he's doing. I just shake my head. Yes. And I will carry the food up here and put it down. Take a step back. How about you take this, and maybe you can lead us to where these undead are, so that we can get rid of them or something?
As the direwolf steps forward and sort of takes the rations, you would lose about, as a group, 10 rations. So you would take 5 from yours, 5 from Hushed.
Well, does that also count the 5 that I can get daily?
Ah!
I was gonna take
No.
the food I got today
Gotcha.
and then some of Hush because we've been saving him some on food.
That's true.
Give it. Yeah.
Then yeah, it would be 10 total technically. They would be pacified with, as you set it down, and he will say, there is no one set location. They appear, and then we kill them. But their very presence is what scares off the local game.
Well, is there a central location where they are appearing, like a graveyard or something?
Not that we know of.
It's near the city or the town, correct?
We do not know. We do not go near the town.
Alright, well, I guess we'll have to just deal with it then. Be on your way.
As the smaller wolves take the rations, taking them back to whatever den they might be staying at, the direwolf will look to you, Van. He will say, I am Aslan, direwolf pack leader, the west. Oh, east. Shit, my bad. East. I know directions.
How do you spell Aslan?
I am the Yes, Azlan. Should you need a favor, will lend aid. Have provided aid to us now.
Well, I guess we'll see if we'll ever need it. I take it it's within the area, correct?
You Van can assume.
Yeah,
He
no,
doesn't leave the area, so.
he's just saying it.
Yep.
Was that west or east, you said?
East.
East.
I said west, I meant east.
Alright. He will turn back to everyone. Well, that was settled. We have undead to kill when we get to Easthollow, but first we gotta get you, Mr. Knott, there safely. 3 more days.
I'm glad we were. I'm glad we were able to do that without a fight.
Yes, especially if it was only caused by something unnatural that was happening somewhere else. So we'll have to figure that one out. They don't know exactly where. They don't go close to the town. My guess is there's something in the town causing it, but they mentioned that the undead kept showing up just in the woods. It's further south.
I imagine it'd be something you'd be interested in as well, Mr. Flexipants, she says to Bron, considering the undead that attacked that little outpost.
He nods. He says, "It's possible. They also could be referring to the events at the outpost."
Well, they said that they kept getting more, because they have actively killed them. So something's making them. Or raising them, I guess. Correct me if I'm wrong, those of you that know necromantic magic.
I don't know a thing about magic.
Well, that's good. Well, the necromancy part, but, you know.
Don't look at me, brother.
Weren't we thinking it might be that dragon thingy?
Potentially, or somebody working with them. I'm just more surprised that a certain syndicate didn't come and find it before us, since they seem to be so much of a protect the wilderness, I guess.
Ron will input and say, "We'll keep an eye out as we get closer to town, I'd think."
Yeah, and be on all your guards. We have 3 days with potential undead attacks, so...
If there's undead in the town, we should just burn the whole town down.
Well, if there's no one left, maybe. If there's still people left, we don't want to get rid of their houses. Could you imagine if our house burned down?
I mean, our house is made out of, well, trees and
It is
flowers.
a tree, yes. Very flammable.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Yeah, so you get moving on the road then.
On the roads again.
Road. There anything people would like to say or do as they make their way?
Yes. Zelina would like to do something.
Go for it.
As they're kind of traveling out there, she says something like quietly under her breath, and it's like, "Hey, Tessera, look out there! I see some shiny rocks."
Oh my god.
Her head snaps. Oh, I'm not gonna lie. Where?
And I point out to like 25 feet out, like there's a pile of shiny rocks.
Oh no.
Does she actually see anything?
You see a minor illusion.
They look like
Whether or
rocks
not
there.
you know like it's an illusion, roll me. I will have you roll a well,
Investigation check. It's an
Yeah.
investigation.
Oh, okay.
okay, oh good, it says it. Yeah, roll an investigation against her spell save.
You got this, Rock Queen.
I hope I do. Come on, my +3 invest. Haha! 20.
Silvery barbs.
Oh god.
Damn!
You do that.
Oh my goodness.
Are
How
you-
rude.
Wow.
What a rude girl.
Who gets the
What did I
advantage?
ever do?
Drizzle.
Nice.
Why am I the one? 18.
Dang it.
She like notices it's an illusion. Crosses her arm. Don't joke about rocks.
Can I? Can
Well, I'll joke about rocks all I like until I get that ring back.
It's not yours.
It doesn't matter. It's fashion. I would like to be fashionable.
It is literally my vessel. You cannot
Yes,
have
it's
it.
fashion. Well, just for fashion. That's all.
No, it is not a fashion statement.
Oh, 100% it is.
No.
Emily, while they're
No, it's
talking,
not.
can I try to take a rock from Tessera's bag?
What do to any of you?
Roll sleight of hand against her passive. So 10. She's gotta beat a 10. Wow!
So
Oh,
hold on.
wow.
That's a double.
Oh,
That's
wow.
a double that one. Hold on. As you're talking, you totally feel somebody reach into your bag. You make eye contact with Van. He pulls out a rock, tosses it on the ground, and goes, "Hey, Tessera, look, there's a rock right there."
She grabbed like her bag into rock back, and she's like, "And to think, you tried to test me by leaving your arm in front of me, and I had the decency to not touch it. Yet you think you can come and touch my rocks that I collected." And Lambert.
Well, that's fair. That's fair. Speaking of Lambert, can I have Drizzle try to take Lambert with his advantage?
Leave me alone.
Roll me animal handling.
Well, would it be with Drizzle having advantage on something?
Technically, because he did get the advantage from the silvery bards. Yeah, go.
Would
I
it be a
hate this.
sleight of hand for him too?
No, just roll me an animal handling for now.
Oh, with my stats? Okay. Yeet. Natural 20!
I was like, well, I don't know if he'd want to get involved in whatever shenanigans.
That's Lambert.
Roll me, roll me like a sleight of hand for your wolf then.
With advantage. 6. Oh, hold on. 16. That's another net one on the other side.
Yeah, Tessera, I guess you're having this conversation and you kind of look off to the side and you see Drizzle sort of trotting, almost like you know when a dog finds a really good stick.
Yeah.
But it's just Lambert.
I start
A pile of rocks kind of hanging out of his mouth. You see like the little rock legs start kicking wildly.
She like gasp. Drizzle, put Lambert down. No.
I feel like Drizzle does the thing where he looks at you and then he just starts running.
What's in your mouth? What's in your mouth?
What do you have? What do you have?
You have.
A Lambert!
He does
No!
the dog thing. He does the thing where you're like, what do you have? And then he like drops down like into that play position, like with his butt up.
No.
And then just whew, and then I'm imagining it is just a chase scene
Yakety
of like
sack.
around this caravan.
She's like, Van, tell him to drop Lambert.
Mhm.
This is not. This is unacceptable.
I'm just helping you get some training in, just like I did with Muffin. It's fine.
She's like, I will remember this.
Well, that's good. You won't let it happen again then. Hopefully.
Poor Lambert.
He like lets Lambert go and you hear the clunk of a pile of rocks and they're super like slick and moist from like the saliva.
She's like, Lambert, are you all right?
You see like the little pile of rocks like sit up, look around, look to Tess, look on the ground. Again, very Baymax like, and it just picks up a rock and then holds it up to Tess like I found one.
Very good, Lambert. The sigh.
And waddles along, just again, super, just like, yep, it's a normal day. No.
Lambert's okay, but we gotta work on that.
Muffin, like, still riding on a Brihik, just opens her like her coat a little bit or whatever, and just like, I bet you're glad you're not made out of rocks. She says to her rat.
The little rat is in your pocket where it wants to be. It is not coming out anytime soon.
I still
Not
like
with
to
all of that
imagine
tomfoolery.
every like interaction, like Muffin doesn't notice or care, but it's just like like a hiss of a rat.
Every time.
100% hates everything, but Muffin doesn't care.
It's just an angry little rat.
Yeah.
So yes, that happened.
That
As you
happened.
continue down the road, if there's anything else people would like to do.
Hey, Braun.
Oh god.
Leo. So, now that we've had a bit more time to get to know one another, I did have a question for you regarding, my brother and his seeming benefactor. You said they were an archmage. Could you tell me a little bit about them, out of curiosity?
About your brother or the Archmage?
Oh, the archmage. I know everything about him. Things you probably
Okay.
wouldn't want to know.
Fair enough. Yeah, well, she is Yvonne Ricot. She's the high mage that was sent over from Rexumia. Sort of given over in a political marriage in order to solidify an alliance with the divine empire of Rexumia and the Crouzyan Empire.
Oh, it was a political thing, alliance-wise. Now, did that, is that like political marriage or political service?
I'm pretty sure it's both. Though no wedding has been established yet, she's only been in she's only been here for a few years, but I think they're trying to find the correct's not the right word for it, appropriate noble household to
No, correct is the
put
one.
her allegiance with.
They want to make sure they have the most, what's the word I'm looking for? They're min-maxing the political clout they can get from it, is what you're saying?
Probably. I'm not super familiar with a lot of the politics that go on at the Empire, at the capital, but,
Well,
you know, she's a very world-renowned mage, specializes in abjuration magic and divination. She's also the leader of the Arcanum Society.
Interesting. And how long would you say it would take us to get there from Easthollow?
Well, he kind of like awkwardly rubs his head. Looking at the map, it'd be quicker to go west, probably pass through Grimsby, and then just make our way towards the west coast. So for your knowledge, the capital is over here.
And she was from... Oh, frick, sorry. Can you type in the chat how to spell the organization she's a head of and where she's at? Or where she's
in she's at the capital.
No, yeah, but where she was from.
She is from, I want to move the map here for you guys. She is from the Divine Empire of Rexumia, which is up here.
He says, well, we should probably hurry up with that. Anyways, Do do do. I was still spelling it, no.
I will type it for you later. But you would continue onwards.
Doot, doot, doot.
Is there, and I keep asking this, as you would probably get another, we'll say, you get a day outside of Easthollow. Sorry, a day outside.
So, General, is the plan we're sort of gonna plop off hushed, get the reward, and then go off and fight some skellies?
And zombies and anything else that's out there, yes. Well, I
Okay.
guess I should ask. It was something that I feel inclined to do, being a defender of nature, or whatever you want to call it. I would not drag any of you also into it, but I would assume Brehik probably would want to help in that. I would. Other than that, it's up to all of you.
You know I got your back, General. Not even a question.
Well, thank you.
Rock Queen, what about you?
I'm with you.
Remember the days before when they stole your rock?
Yeah, I see. It's just in the back of her head, but I will remember.
If this was a Telltale game, it would just say Tessera will remember that, as someone in the chat
Exactly.
said.
Yeah. And after a day in, very later into the morning, probably closer to like me, like a 10:30, 11 sort of late morning, you would see Easthollow appear in the distance. As I will take you to the map, and I will read you a fun little description here.
Ooh, Easthollow.
Easthollow, your first town.
Ah, this art. This map style.
Okay.
As you would be entering, so it's kind of upside down, which is weird. You're coming down this way.
Okay.
Okay.
True north is not in the direction you think.
So, as you enter the town, you are immediately greeted with the warm sight of wooden and stone houses built to surround what looks like a nearby lumber mill. All types of people mill about the town, many of them halflings, as you can see a majority of them carrying lumber and what looks like bundles of wheat. There's a comfortable atmosphere in this village, though small in its size. There's this general feeling of warmness and welcoming. Can everyone give me... You know, I'll get there. There's a heavy smell of wet lumber and oak filtering through the town, accompanied by this gentle heat from the sun. Very, again, small and inviting, and I would love for everyone to give me their passive insight, if you can.
Passive insight.
13.
Passive insight 12.
16.
13.
Alright. Anyone who has above a 12,
Ooh.
or a 12 and above.
Yes.
Was
Hey,
that
that's
everyone?
all of us. Yep, Break has a 15. So that's all of us.
Thank you. Yeah. You all get this sort of heaviness in the air. This, there is a level of worrisomeness in the town. Some of the people you see carrying lumber, casting worried glances towards your group and whisper a little nervously amongst themselves, but kind of hurry along with what they're doing. And as you approach the gate, you are greeted by a ranger at the border. A young man, kind of spring in his step, you know, like copper brown hair, really bright, eager green eyes, bow on his back, like looks like he maybe just joined the force like a few months ago. And he would walk and put a hand up. He'd say, "Whoa, hey, greetings there. Welcome to Easthollow. I gotta check your caravan real quick if you do not mind. Part of our inspection."
Look at Hush. Well, Mr.
Hush looks a
Merchant.
little surprised, like, that's new, but okay.
Could I insight check this man?
Yes,
See
you
if
can.
he's on the up and up?
Yeah, whoever would like to.
Natural one.
Perfect. I love that. Look at all of that beautiful red.
I will also, seeing as picked up on the town stuff, and Mr. Hush looked a little perturbed. 19?
Team.
Yeah.
Let's try.
Zelina will
Anyone
hop
who-
off and just follow the young ranger.
Anyone who's watching Muffin, she's just sort of looking at the town.
21?
Sorry, what? Zelina, you're following the ranger.
Yeah, just to make sure he's not trying to plant nothing, you know.
Yeah, and I mean, the ranger definitely looks like he's new to it, but you don't get the sense that there's any kind of malicious intention behind it. More like this was what he was asked to do, and he's happy to do it. He doesn't suspect anything malicious from you guys, though there is, again, that little underlying bit of caution.
I asked him, "What you doing?"
Oh, well, making sure you're not bringing anything, you know, unsavory in and out of town. That's all.
For what purpose?
Bites his lip. Some of the, I don't, you know, I really don't want to worry new travelers, to the village. But there's been some disappearances around the village lately. We're just taking precaution, reporting anything suspicious, to the village speaker. But it's, some of these disappearances have some of the townsfolk rattled, so checking cargo coming in and out has sort of helped put their mind at ease a bit.
Well, let's see here, because our employer here was hiring us to help, deliver wares here, and it just seems very awkward that this new thing of checking, cargo. But thank you for explaining it to us.
Which actually brings up a question of mine. Does that have anything to do with the undead appearing in your forest nearby?
Undead?
Yes, you have undead
haven't heard-
appearing in the forest, scaring away the local game, causing wolves to attack people on the road for food.
Oh, we've heard nothing of the undead. Is that something we should be worried about? How close were they to town?
Well, that's unfortunate, as I don't know. They said it was south, and it was near the town. But if you also are having missing people, then we might find something correlating. Either way, let us drop him off first before we do anything with that.
Yeah, yes, you should probably let the village speaker know right away.
I will look at Rock Queen,
Yes?
because I thought I heard her say something.
Oh, she was gonna ask, what were the circumstances of the disappearances?
I don't really know, just people were, just gone. I mean, all out. There's no real connection any of us can think of. And when he says that, you would see Braun get a little upset. He looked a little, I'd almost say angry. And he says, "Then why haven't you put a request into the Ruby Guard to come and look into the situation?" And then seeing a Ruby Guard, you see this ranger start sweating. It's like a security guard at a mall just met like someone from the army, and it's like,
Well, hold
right?
on.
Like just the immediate intimidation.
While you are not wrong, Braun, this also brings up a good point. They have people that have disappeared with no trace. Didn't you have a moment at the outpost on the way here where you all ended up in the cellar before you knew it, out of your control?
He nods.
Would you think that might be connected?
Yeah, did any of the townspeople mention hearing a song or something?
This poor ranger starts stuttering over himself. He's like, not that we know of. Look, we put a request in, but the Ruby God has a lot big issues to be dealing with. We put in a request, but nothing's been said about it. The town sheriff's, his brother. We think it might be connected to our local woods, but we sent people out to look, and they haven't returned, I think. Or if they have, I haven't heard of it.
Well,
The town speaker knows a lot better.
I'll
Or
put
the
a-
sheriff, you could ask him.
I'll put a hand on his shoulder. You're doing wonderful, young lad. We'll go talk to the speaker. But you should probably tighten your watch a bit closer.
This
Mr.
audible
Flexi
gulp.
Pants, you should probably take a few steps back if you don't mind. You're scaring the poor man.
Me?
The young.
Dresel?
No,
Mr.
Braun.
Flexi Pants.
Oh, I thought you were saying Van, and I was like, me?
No.
The young guard gulps a bit at Van, just like, yeah, we'll do that. And then Braun's like, looks a little like, wait, me? I'm scaring him? Oh. And then just takes a step back, like, totally not his intention.
Well, hushed. Let's get you there, get our payment, and we'll go deal with things.
Sorry, I might have missed it. Did he mention anything about the song?
No, he said no one's heard anything like
Okay.
that.
Yeah, and that the speaker may or may not know more than what he told us.
Or the sheriff.
Or
because
the
the sheriff apparently had people go out and look.
So, General,
Yes.
what's the game plan, you think?
Well, we should probably get Hush settled, lock him in a room so we don't have to save him again, and go talk to the speaker and sheriff.
Alright.
Rude. From, like, the cart.
Alright, listen here. Do you want to be saved again?
I'm quite well at getting myself to and from my work locations, thank you very much.
Mm-hmm.
Are you?
You're 0 for 2, if we hadn't been there. Just saying.
He has such a pout on his face. Just this disgruntled, like, scrunch of his nose, like, how dare you? But it's not malicious in any way. He's just like, okay, I know what it looks like, but... As you make your way into the town of Easthollow, I am just gonna give you the full map. I realized going through piece by piece location was a little bit too much juggling. And you do have Hushed here, who is also familiar with the town. So he would say that he has to head to a little supply store up on the furthest hill called the Supply Shrub.
The supply shrub.
Oh,
Oh. Holy crap. The potted
As you would-
oddities.
Ooh.
As you
Yeah,
start
let's
making
go.
your way up the winding path, you do see quite the plethora of people working,
Since it-
milling about.
Since it's on the way, could we stop into the potted arteries?
Sure, if you would like.
It sounds like a store,
Yeah.
sir.
It is a store. Do you tell Hush, you're like, hey, we're gonna stop in here for a minute?
Yeah, since we're on the way, why don't we stop by the places? So, like, I think there's a store here, and we can probably get a room here.
That sounds like a wonderful plan, Finn.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Unless you're in a rush, Hush.
Oh my god.
Can I...
Stop it.
Well, can I trust you, Zelina, to make sure we get all of our money, and the rest of you to tell me if there's anything interesting. I might be going to look for the sheriff sooner rather than later.
Do you need any help, sir?
Not for information gathering. I don't plan to walk off into the woods yet.
Alright.
Yes, he does.
No, I don't. Why would I do that when family is the strongest and there are families in danger?
Family first.
As I start walking towards the woods. No, I'm kidding.
Great, love that. Roll initiative.
And that's when we never heard of Van again.
Stop telling
Man, is
everyone
this how
I'm
he's getting
dead.
rid of his character?
Sometimes I can still hear his voice. Stop telling everyone I'm dead.
Oh, I'm dead.
But yeah, I'm gonna look for the speaker and the sheriff while they do that.
Okay. So I'm just... Actually, might be easier if I can do this instead. Yep, I could do that. Hold on. We're gonna do this. Too many towns, too many maps. Here we go. Alright, so you're wanting to find the speaker. Is everyone else going to the potted oddities?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds right.
I hear him giggling. I hear you giggling. Yeah, you enter, as you go off, Van, you start looking. The rest of you head into the potted oddities, stationed in a major crossroads of this village. And when I say major, again, really, really small village, like, population of around 500. The street outside is adjacent to a small store. You walk in and you find the owner, this very bright, energetic halfling greets you as you walk in, like 3'2", little muscular, but very professional attire. He has like this you can tell he has gray hair, but he's trying to dye it with like this very like beige, faded out chestnut color. And just this jolly energy as you walk in. And he says, welcome! It is so nice to have new travelers into our village. What can Mr. Paddington do for you?
Muffin immediately brightens up and like walks forward, and she will say like a big old greeting in halfling, just sort of like, hello, it's nice to meet you.
Is halfling a language?
It is.
Yes.
It most certainly is.
Hold on, halflings have their own language?
Everybody has their own language, Emily. What are you talking about?
I've been playing D&D for 7 years, and I've never heard of the halfling language.
It most certainly
You know, the only race...
It's because you've never played a halfling before, that's why.
That doesn't matter!
You know, the only
So
race who
I-
doesn't have a language of their own is technically humans.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Hold on, I don't believe you.
What do you mean you don't? It's in my proficiencies.
I don't believe you.
Well, check my proficiencies, lady.
It is 100% a language, I believe.
God,
Don't-
what?
Don't make me go get the
I
book.
wrote it.
Make me get the book.
I will.
Alright, I think this is a perfect time to take our break, actually, while I go prove that there's no halfling language.
She just had a high speed come apart. Alright, well, see you back in a bit.
10-minute break, and we will be back after this
What
short,
do I get if I'm right?
breath.
Wow.
Woo! Hello! Welcome back from our break. I was given a rule book, and I feel like I am being gaslit by the D&D community, because apparently there is a halfling language.
In Halfling, I say agree.
Yes, welcome back. Our heroes had just arrived in Easthollow, and they had just recently split off. Van went to go look for the town's sheriff to ask him about some possible missing persons cases going on in the village, while Muffin, Zelina, and Tessera went to the Potted Oddities, a convenience store run by this very cheerful halfling that called himself Mr. Parrington. And apparently, there's a halfling language. So, Muffin, in halfling, what do you say?
Oh yeah, I just do a quick greeting like, oh hello there, like, it's nice to meet you.
In halfling, with all due
Yeah.
respect, he basically does like a, well, howdy doody there, little tiefling girl. Y'all just one of the shortest, cutest little things I've ever seen. You got halfling blood in you, don't you?
I sure do.
That is
My
swell.
bad.
It is that is swell. It is great to have some more visitors coming into town. What can I do for you?
So typically shops player's handbook, but which why I'm asking, does this guy have any potions of healing?
Allow me to check the thing.
The thing.
This is what he has.
Yeah, potion of healing.
Yep.
So how many potions does this man have?
How many potions? Let us find out. 2.
Oh, I will buy your potions, if that's alright.
That's just Danny with me, and he will slide over the potions to you over the counter. That'll be 100 gold pieces, man.
I'm gonna give a look to Zelina, just curious if she wants to do anything about the price. If not, I will pay, but just curious.
Oh no, you are paying what you buy for. There is no getting discounts here. Mm-mm.
No problem. I put down 100 gold.
Muffin's just like, Zelina, flash him. Give us a discount.
Flash 'em.
What if it was Braun?
There'd be different story.
Now ain't that special?
Oh my god. Yeah, you pay 100 gold. Gives you those potions, nice little twine on them to keep them together from rolling around in your bag. So, what brings you to our fine little town over here?
Yeah, we're here to deliver a merchant actually, and we're also curious about some of the goings on around town. This is all in common, by the way. I switched back.
Yes. Well, you were schooling merchants, that's good to know. We got a few merchants here and there. My merchant ain't set to come for another week, so I'm assuming it might be, Aflan's merchant. Aflan's, over there up on the hill. That little, lesser known convenience store. He kinda gives you a wink of like, haha, I'm better.
Just a very kind nod. Well, yeah, while we're here, is there anything you need us to do? I mean, we're just sort of starting out in the whole biz, and we're here to help if you need it.
Something I can do, Missy. I don't know what else I can be doing. I mean, if you have any questions about town, I'll be more than happy to help you out here. I'm just a simple general store owner. Which nice to introduce you all, I guess. My name's Parrington Tea Leaf, but you could call me Mr. Pear.
No, I was asking if you need any help.
don't need anything from you, little lady. I think you guys are just splendid the way you are. I'm not in need of any real services. Though if you're wanting to look for some sort of work, I think maybe the sheriff might have a job for you or two, with all them people going missing.
Do you know anything about that?
I don't know much, just that people will either be wandering off into the woods and never be seen again, or they're being plucked out right from the beds. Some even
Have
show up a day
you-
later and they claim they never even went missing.
Have you heard any strange melodies?
I mean, there was a bard that was traveling through here, but his music was like pretty subpar. That was sort of music, but I don't think it was anything like sinister. I think he just didn't know how to tune a lute.
I'm sorry. You said a bard came through here.
Ah, yes, he did.
And can you describe this bard? You said they played terrible music.
Oh yeah, well, not terrible. Wasn't my taste. Pretty short little fella. Looked a little dwarvish, if you ask me. Not trying to assume anything, but he had a pretty big bushy beard going on. But he definitely looked like he was trying out some new instruments. Apparently his bagpipes filled with a bunch of water from the nearby stream, and they just were completely ruined.
I
Poor
see.
lad.
And do you know where this bard is at?
Oh, he left town like, I don't know, 3 weeks ago.
I see.
A friend of yours, Captain?
No. Just trying
Oh.
to see if it's put two and two together, I guess. You know, from the outpost. They said they
Gotcha.
heard a certain melody. It was a traveling bard that came around here trying to get a hold of them.
To be fair, I don't really like music in general, so all music is sort of band music if you ask me.
Whoa!
Oh.
You just said. Oh.
Zelina kind of stops for a second after she paid for like the silk rope and the 10 vials. And she debated if she should return them. I'm sorry, sir. You said what again?
Oh no, I'm just not a personal fan of music.
And why is that?
Sounds like you just haven't heard good music.
And it might be, I don't know. I just never really was a fan of it. Sensitive ears and all that.
I see. Sensitive ears. Well,
But this ain't no offense to any sort of bards that might be coming through the town. I mean, I think music can be wonderful for the people who enjoy it. I just personally don't find enjoying it.
Understandable. As like Zelina's pointing out the flute, the lute, and the lyre that she has. Just. I see.
Luna's like, hold my purse.
Yeah, she's like, hold my purse. I'm about to beat the crap out of this
Starts
guy.
taking off her earrings.
Oh no.
She's like,
takes
"Well."
off the Sarah's ring.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yep.
Hand just Sarah her ring, like, here, hold this.
No, she starts putting the rings, one on each finger. Yeah, he sees all these instruments you're pulling out. He's like, to be fair, a lot of people in town might need a little bit of some cheering up and whatnot. Been a little melancholy, you know.
Yes. Well, you might want to come by the tavern then later on tonight, as I shall be performing, music.
I will do my best.
Rock Queen, is there anything you wanted to buy? Or shall we move on?
I think I'm alright for right now.
Let's go then.
As you make your way, you leave the potted oddities.
I swear, Captain, not all halflings are like that. My dad loves music.
Most
Yeah.
halflings do genuinely like music. That is a common trait.
Well, hopefully he shows up and he has, a different outlook on music. Otherwise, I
think
might
your
have to
music
do.
is beautiful.
Oh, I thank you, Finn. I would hate to have to charm him.
Yeah, it isn't pleasant to have something that you enjoy insulted, is it?
What are you talking about? I've never insulted anything that you enjoyed, actually. Name a time and place that I have insulted something that you like to do.
I mean,
Oh my god.
I seem to remember some rock-related jokes and trickery.
No, just because I do jokes and tricky doesn't mean a thing. That doesn't mean I don't discredit that you like it.
I'm
Speaking
just
of
saying.
rocks, are there any cool ones you found in the town?
Oh. So, if you want to see some of the ones I've collected so far.
I give a subtle wink to Selena. Like, don't worry, I turned her off the conversation.
Oh my goodness.
So then just nods at you, but it's like that nod where it's like, oh, it doesn't really matter. I could have gone on for days about this. But thank you.
As Van and Drezel, where are you headed off to, Van, to look? Because no one told you where he was or what, any clue. So where are you wandering around looking for this guy? Because you could have gone with them and asked at the potteries and be like, hey, you know where the sheriff is? And he could have been like, yeah, he's X, Y, and Z, but you just went off.
Yeah, that's easy mode though.
Easy mode.
God. Let me look at the map again.
What's the easy way?
Harbor, the Staggering Tavern, elevators. Probably the Staggering Tavern.
So you just go off ahead of us, basically? You just didn't stop at
Well,
the
just to
store?
get information, it's fine. Look. A big extra, it's fine. God.
Oh god.
Just get like a piece of clothing off him and then go, Dressel, sniff him out.
I forgot I did so much unnecessary.
Are they hot?
No, I did a thing. Hold on, 2 seconds.
Ouch, you did a thing.
Mm-mm.
I added like an excessive amount of dark lighting before I realized I wasn't going to. Okay. Alright. God, I put a lot of work into this. Holy Okay, never mind. I was very taken aback by how thorough I was in the beginning of this game.
You've done amazing.
Ah, you say that now. Mr. Van and Drezel.
Mm.
Oh, well, stables by the look of it. Cool.
Mm. Is it a cart of cheese?
Maybe.
It is a cart of cheese. Okay.
It might be a
Oh
cart
god,
cheese.
the road is so long.
It's a very long road.
I had to keep scrolling for so long.
Yeah, as you make your way into this tavern, you see a wooden 2-story building with a red tile roof and a big brick chimney. Rows of flowers kind of surround the building. And as soon as you enter, oh, I don't have him. Hold on. I gotta find him. Where is he?
Uh-oh. Don't worry,
Oh my
guys.
goodness, did I not put him on the thing?
This is like if you played Skyrim and you just left a building and tried to enter another one.
There he is! Oh, I knew I had him. You see a dog.
Oh,
This little greeter dog mascot that runs around the tavern as he will excitedly like run up to greet you, Van, and you see him like sniff Drezel and starts trying to play with your wolf, who just kind of looks at him very like, I do not play such childish games.
Is his tail wagging though?
Yes, it is.
I would take a knee. Oh, who's a good boy? Yes, hey, as I like pet him. Well, Drizzle, if you want to spend some time here while I'm a little bit busy, go right ahead. Pat him on the head.
He gives you the look of like, don't leave me here with this.
I give him the look of like, you'll enjoy it, you know. And I will walk up. Just gotta say out loud, I don't know who might help me with this. I am a traveler. I just came in with a caravan. I am looking to speak with your sheriff and or your speaker. Ooh, excuse me. Your speaker, if I could, as quickly as possible. I have no idea where they're located.
You see this dwarven man come out. Yeah, he comes out from this back room here, wiping his hands on a towel that kind of hangs from his apron. Fairly light skinned, stands about 4'1". Majority of his body is pretty, like, you could tell is worn from, like, ex-adventuring a little bit. White hair, kind of singed, shortened on the top of his head. Wears very round, tiny glasses, kind of like on the edge of his nose. You're looking for Sheriff, he's right over there. Speaker's up on the second floor.
Oh, well, actually, that helps me out quite a bit. Where did he point to?
He points to this halfling man, who, if I can...
Oh, I remember that art. From, what's it called?
It is the official art for a halfling.
No, I know.
Leave him alone.
No, but it was the art. I feel like it was the art I used for an NPCO a while back in Stormkings.
Might be.
Don't worry, guys. I can speak to him in halfway.
You can speak to... Yeah, you can.
That was... Alright.
As you see this, this middle-aged halfling, short, gruffy, brown hair, blue eyes, with this rugged, more tan complexion, stands at about 3'8", small, muscular build. He's got this scruffy 5 o'clock shadow and this scar over his left ear. His appearance looks very unkempt, and he just reeks of alcohol as he is sitting there at like 11 in the morning with this big mug of ale.
Dang, okay.
And looks at you with a very tired expression.
Say, well, friend, you look like you've seen better days. I was told by the man at the gate, your ranger friend there, that I should speak with you and your speaker on a potential thing I probably shouldn't say to get your townsfolk riled up, as I look at, like, the 3 townsfolk. It might involve your missing people.
Go talk to the city, or go talk to the village speaker about it. I'm off the clock.
Well, it might involve... he kind of looks at him. Well, you know what? Never mind. I will go speak to your speaker. Ah, man, that deep in his sorrows. What was this guy's name, by the way?
You didn't get any of their names.
Ah!
Didn't ask. You just... Town sheriff.
Town sheriff who just, like,
Alright.
doesn't care enough.
I guess. Well, he's probably drinking his sorrows away because his brother went on the investigation and didn't come back, is what I'm assuming.
Yeah.
So we'll see. I will go to the second floor.
Yeah. You make your way to the second floor. You see an older... There's only one person. You see an older-aged halfling, sitting at a table...
Oh, I see.
Seeming to have a map in front of her of the nearby lumber woods. Certain marks have like X's and O's through them, and she seems to be studying it pretty intently.
Well, madam, I was told to come speak to you if you have a moment, and it seems that you are already dealing with what I might be speaking to you about.
Uh, oh, hi there. Yes, no, well, what can I do for you?
Well, first of all, your man of the gate said that I should probably inform you of some information, and it may or may not be connected to your little problem. On our way here, on the outpost between here and Ashentar, there was some undead, and an individual who was capable at controlling people or charming them enough to lock them or have them lock themselves in a cellar. On the way here, we were attacked, well, not attacked, but potentially attacked by some dire wolves and wolves that stated that you have an undead problem in your forests nearby. And apparently, you also have missing people.
Her eyes sort of widen. Undead? How close were they to the village?
That I don't know. The wolves just said they were south near the village and that they kept appearing in various places. I take it somebody is probably creating them, raising them, whatever you want to call it. And I would unfortunately fear for your missing civilians.
Yes, of course. We can be sure to keep an eye out. Thank you for the information, sir. What can I do?
Venuth Cardano, he takes a bow. I tried to speak to your sheriff downstairs, didn't catch his name, but I would like as much information as possible. We are here in town for a little bit. We are with a member of the Ruby Guard, and they are going to more than likely be investigating it alongside of us.
Oh. Yes, there's this level of relief that kind of falls on her shoulders. Yes, that would actually be splendid. We'd really appreciate any help. Please, have a seat. I apologize if Farron was a bit more crude than he intends to be. It's,
His brother, I believe, went out, is something that somebody said.
Yes, long story short.
Well, family is important, and we will at least recover what we can. If you have any information you can share, my companions should be along shortly, if we want to inform them as well.
Oh, of course, yes, everyone, yeah, you and your friends are absolutely welcome. It's a quaint little village, nothing much really happens here, except for recently, but I'd be happy to work out the plan with your group.
Yes. Well, what was your name again, just so that I know who I need to talk to next time?
That's right, I should. My name's Holly Spittlebush. It's a pleasure.
Spittlebush?
Yep, Holly Spittlebush.
Alright.
Spittlebush.
I say. Well. Well, in the meantime, could you show me where you've already looked? You seem to have a map here. And I would like to get acquainted with the local flora, with flora, fauna, geography, whatever, with my wander background thing.
Yeah, and as you kind of sit with her and start going through areas that she has or hasn't checked, we're going to shift the scene over to Zelina, Tessera, and Finn.
So, as we're traveling to the place that you need to go to, Hush, we should probably stop in and buy some rooms, because we're probably going to be here a bit by the sounds of
We're going to stop everywhere but where we need to go to finish the job.
What do you guys think?
Well, actually, I think we should finish the job first and get paid.
Yeah, that might be for the best.
Oh, you know what then? I can join up with you guys, because I know where you're going. I can just go pay for the rooms and then catch up with you.
I don't think rooms are really can be fastly going. I don't seem.
That's fair. Okay, we can go then.
you head up the winding pathway all the way to the supply shrub. If I can find the thing for it. So on your way up this path, you see a general store. This 2-story general store with a tanned wooden roof, nicely trimmed hedges, and a large open floor with like gorgeous windows that line the various items they have for sale. You would see a balding elven man who appears to be in his late 30s. Sees you and your group approaching, and he gets this smile on his face, seeing Hushed, and you see him kind of wave him over like an old friend.
Friend of yours?
Hushed would nod and say, "Yes, that's Anflin. He's my customer."
Oh, okay. Be sure to introduce us.
As you approach, Hushed will dismount his cart, and him and Anflin shake hands, greet each other, very old friends, like, "How you doing? It's been a while since I've seen you. I was worried that..." He's like, "You're a bit late. I was worried when you were going to come." He's like, "Oh no, not at all. Chit-chatting." And Anflin will turn to your group and he'll say, "You escorted my friend here. Thank you."
Of course. He's become a good friend of ours as well.
And then Hushed kind of gives him a pat on the back, and Hushed will say, "Anflin here was actually one of the original founders of Easthollow. Him and I believe her name was Holly. They go way back."
Oh wow.
So, would he possibly know anything about what's going on, Hushed?
He looks to him, and he kind of looks a little like, kind of an iffy hand. We don't really actually know a lot about it. To be fair, we sent a search party out. I was willing to join them, but some other priorities kept me. It's been worrisome, but we're doing our best to handle it. I know Holly's been pretty busy trying to pinpoint where some of the trouble could be."
Right. How long have you sent these people out to investigate?
I mean, it was only earlier this week, not but a few days.
I see. And could you tell me where they went to, or?
The missing villagers, or the search
Well,
party.
the search party.
Well, they went into the lumber woods, but the lumber woods is vast, and there's plenty of places to get lost or turned around. That's where Holly's been trying to narrow down the specifics.
Well, quite frankly, I don't think the forest should be that much trouble for me and my brother.
I wonder if their tracks would still be there. Maybe Dressel could follow them.
It's a possibility, but also the woods are kind of a thing.
As you're talking, what do you have here? 14, a 10, and a 21. God, Finn.
Hello.
Nothing gets by you, does it?
Nope.
As with a 21, you see around the corner a woman who seems to sort of be watching your group from this shrubbery bush off to the side.
I would like to... Can I sleight of hand to Zelina? Just to be like, sort of like gesture to look over that way. Also, are we meant to be on a map?
No.
Okay. So, could I sleight of hand?
Yeah, if you want.
Bugger it, I'm gonna re-roll that. 9.
Nice. With a 9, it's pretty obvious you signal to Zelina. Like it's not too subtle.
Yeah.
And you notice the woman kind of like ducks behind the bushes some more, starts attempting to kind of like crawl away.
Oh, if I see that.
Captain?
Yes, I'll be right back, Finn.
Okay.
And I'm going to go over to the shrubbery where this lady was trying to hide and crawl.
Just in case this is like an attack, I think Finn will follow.
Oh, nothing can harm me.
I mean, you getting closer, you see a half-elven woman, dressed in some very brightly colored, garments of like different shades of purple. And she sort of like stops halfway, slowly looks up. Where did I drop that blasted silver piece?
My glasses. I've dropped my glasses.
And she starts looking for a silver piece on the ground.
Well, it's not very nice to eavesdrop.
I don't know what you're talking about. And she gives like the biggest shit-eating grin and like the innocent batting of her eyes. Like, I am just this innocent person listening in. Not listening in. Totally wasn't listening in.
Coming from someone who's very good at what she does, I know when you're lying.
Lie? Me? Pfft, no, no.
Are you sure? Because if you just come clean, we can just tell you.
It's not like it's a big secret.
I don't
Pretty
know what you're
well
talking
known.
about. And she stands up as if to like make a point, and you hear like Antflynn, who kind of looks in her direction and goes, "Oh, Ophelia, what are you doing over there?"
She dropped a coin, I think?
More like he's dropping. He kind of says under his breath. And she just kind of smiles, and she's like, "I'm good, Dad."
Oh, Dad, okay.
Right, I have to go into town to go pick up stuff. You gave me that list, right? And her, like, dad's in the middle of being like, "What list?" And she's just gone.
Captain.
Takes off towards town.
Captain, permission to spy on whatever she's doing.
Permission to chase her down.
No, I don't think it's necessary, actually. What she's probably going to do is follow us, find information of what we're doing, then follow us into the woods. Then we're probably going to have to rescue her.
Alright, I'll keep an eye out for her in the future.
You know, Mo,
What?
y'all can chill the fuck out.
It's not like I was going to use it as ransom. You know, if we rescue her, be like, hey, give us money because we rescued her.
God damn.
Hey, we're not heroes in this game. we heard this.
As Antflynn sort of shakes his head, kind of does like a, "Oh, what am I going to do with her? Sorry about her. She's been very nosy lately."
Well, that's all right.
Anyways, and he like looks to Hush. He's like, "Anyways, let me help you unload your cart and get everything unpacked." And he starts helping Hush move everything inside. And Hush will turn to your group. He says, "Thank you again for getting me here safely."
How long are
Not
you
a-
planning to stay here?
Not long. Probably leave in the morning.
Okay.
I'm headed south, so I won't be joining you guys, but I'm sure we'll run into each other again sometime.
Of
I
course.
say so.
But and he gives you he shakes your hands. "Thank you for everything," and then he will give each of you 100 gold.
I will take my brother's gold to give it to him when I see him.
That paid for the potions I just bought.
You know, your group works pretty well together. I'm still not sure what exactly was the cause of the undead on the road, but I mean, I know most of you were looking for coin originally, and escorting Mr. Braun here to the capital sounds like it'll pay off a bit for you. I'm sorry, do you have something I can call you by? Do you have like a name for yourselves? 'Cause I'll put a good word in for the GGC as well.
Oh no.
Ah, yes. Yes. I do, quite frankly, have a name for us.
Ooh, what's her name, Captain?
La Familia.
Oh, I love it.
We had talked about this before, that's right.
Familia.
Because
La
family first.
Familia. Oh
Family
my
first.
god.
Should we just go with the family so we don't get copyright strike? I'm kidding.
I'll let the guild know, and hopefully, if we ever run into each other again, it'll be on much better terms. And he says that so strained and tired.
I
Of
prefer
course.
La Familia over the family, because the family makes us sound like we're a gang.
Gang. There's a thin line between an adventuring party and a gang.
Exactly.
Both of them extort people for money.
We may or may not use that line like a jump rope. It's
How is it spelled?
Oh, I love that. La Familia.
Is it spelled like it sounds? No apostrophes or anything?
Nope.
And as, you know, you're saying your goodbyes, Hush will give Tessera a nod. And he'll say, "I'm not sure what your..." He kind of like thinks for a minute. "Relations are. Well, I had a suspicion. Do you need me to tell your...
What?
He typically works out at the capital, and he's mentioned a daughter, or... What would you call... Oh boy, I'm trying to think of the name. Shit, what is the name? Damn it! What is the name? Ward. Thank you. He says, a ward who's an Genasi from Lexo, and you are an Genasi from Lexo. Am I right to assume that you're Lathander's ward? Not Lathander, Lysander. Sorry.
Listen, she nods. Yes, that's right.
Does he know you're adventuring?
More or less. Not.
Anything you want me to tell him then on my journey? If I run into him.
You can let him know I'm alright. I'd appreciate that. I'm sure he would as well.
He nods.
Is that your dad?
Complicated story. And tell him to tell Inez hi if he sees her.
Like every other member of this godforsaken guild, he gets this faraway look when you mention Inez.
That makes her like chuckle a little bit.
I'll do that.
Note to self: don't mention Inez to anyone else.
How do you
Just
spell
this, like, oh
Inez?
god, oh boy, here we go. Just the memory of her.
Inez? How should we
Inez?
not spell her name?
I-N-E-Z. Well, best of luck as Hushed will join Anthlin and start unloading the caravan, and you are free to do what you want.
Hush! One last thing. Don't take too long and get back to your daughter safely. You got it?
He gives you a nod.
Remember, family first.
He nods in agreement.
Should we go find General?
Well, I think we should probably head to the tavern. I need to orchestrate playing for the night.
We should also tell some people on the road, just like when we're traveling. There's gonna be a great show at the tavern. Come see.
That's actually a good idea.
So I think that's what we do, Emily.
Alright. As you walk down the road, advertise yourselves, you start making your way towards the Staggering Tavern. Immediately upon entering, once again, you'd see the outline of the tavern. Trying to get my thing. Yeah, so you would see the wooden 2-story building, red tile roof, big brick chimney, flowers, all that fun stuff. You would see Drezel sort of in the doorway, with another dog. Seeming like Drezel is laying down and this dog is sort of on top of him, chewing at him, basically trying to play.
Oh,
Drezel found a playmate.
I think it's the other way around, actually.
Very.
Oh.
Drizzle, you okay?
Just a huff of contentment, like, yep, I'm here. I exist.
Oh yes, Emily, is Braun with us?
Braun would have stayed to help Hushed and said he would join you later. He was going to help them unload the stuff.
Gotcha.
Muffin's gonna, like, crouch down. Hey, Drezel, is General here?
Huffs and kind of points his nose towards the staircase.
Thank you. And I give Drezel a pet, and I just say, you play nice now.
Yes, the old grizzled wolf who has actually killed people.
Captain, Rock Queen. Upstairs is apparently where General is.
Well, that's fine. I'm trying to organize me playing tonight.
Yeah, we'll see you up there, or I'll see you up there.
I probably won't be going up there.
As Zelina, you go and you talk to the owner of this tavern. Again, this dwarven man. He would turn, give you a smile. What can I do for you, lass?
Well, I would like to perform tonight, if that is okay. I am a traveling musician.
Oh, a musician! We could definitely use one around here. Brighten things up a bit.
Of course, that is what I tend to do.
Oh, welcome. Yes, if you're welcome to perform here. I can't afford not to charge you rooms, but you're welcome to keep any tips you make.
Wonderful. That is all that matters.
Excellent. Yes, a room a night is 6 silver pieces.
Alright.
One room can fit 2 people.
Alright. Oh, let's see. We got two. And Liz starts like counting in her head how many people there are, and then she'll start putting out the gold and silver. She's like, "Oh yes. What about animal companions? Do they count, or are they free?"
Well, best to hear really takes a liking to your friend's wolf, so I'd say they're okay to be for free. As long as you clean up after them, make sure they're not taking a shit or piss on my hardwood.
Oh, well, that's actually not my friend's wolf. That's my brother's wolf, and he'll be taking care of that.
Very well. Good to know. Thank you.
Yes, all right. Well, here you go. And I will give him 2 gold and 6 silver for the 5 of us.
Alright. And I know there's only one room on the map. We're gonna pretend there's more. As he would hand you, the keys to the room.
Did you want to transfer me and to Sarah to the upstairs?
Yes. Yep, I'm getting there.
General!
Gotta turn my mic on. Yes.
Mission completed. Hushed has been delivered.
Well, that is good. I may or may not have gotten us some locations to start looking with our Ruby friend.
I'll just sort of stand by and say, "Hello, it's a pleasure to meet you. I'm Finn."
Yep, this, like I said, this older halfling lady, would turn to you, give you guys like a very bright smile. Oh, well, welcome to Easthollow. These are your companions you had mentioned then.
Yes, that is correct. You'll probably never guess what Finn is short for, by the way, as I'm like still looking at the map.
Oh, also, we should probably tell you, our little group, we actually have a name now.
I look at you guys. Oh!
Yeah, you can call us La Familia.
Van thinks. Alright.
I do like a little like jazz hand. La Familia.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Look at the lady. Well, two more of us are downstairs, and Braun is. I look at the group. Finn and Tessera.
Oh,
Helping load, I believe.
Okay. Oh, so this is what we've got so far. People went out and looked for the missing people, and didn't come back into the woods over there. Other than that, and these places that have already been checked, that's about it.
Do we believe they were recent enough that they still have tracks that Dressel could probably follow?
I might be able to get a scent, and I might be able to get some tracks. It depends. It's been a couple days, I believe.
Yep, Holly nods and she would say, all that we know is that Baron's brother, Florence, went missing with a search party earlier this week. None of them have returned. There have been about 15 total missing villagers, not including the now missing search and rescue team. And the only correlation we have is that these disappearances happen in the evening before the church's bell is tolled, signaling the end of the workday. I think it has to do with the lumber woods. I've narrowed down a few locations to look for, but seeing that none of them have made it back, and with the undead you mentioned, I'm fearing the worst here.
You said with the church, it's before the church bell rings. Well, here's the question. Do you see them throughout the day, or do they go off into the woods in the morning and come home in the evening?
They usually will disappear in the evening, and then we don't even learn about it till the next day.
Interesting. Well, does Mr. Farron have anything of his brother Florence, or was it Lawrence you said?
Florence.
I have a companion that might be able to sniff him out. We'll see. And I can look for tracks. Do you think it's worth investigating the church, as that is the only correlation you have said?
You're welcome to take a look. The church, the head priest, Carver, might be able to help you.
And how long ago did these entirety of these? It was just a couple days, correct?
Yes.
Well, that might... If the individual who did the thing at the outpost, he's looking at Finn and Tessera, was traveling this direction after doing the thing at the outpost, then it is more than likely that they did get here recently.
I don't know if this is the person we're thinking of, but we were at the general store and they did mention a bard that came by. And apparently they weren't very good at their music.
Well, how long ago were they?
I believe it was the past week, was it?
3 weeks.
Past 3 weeks.
It was like a month ago. Yeah.
Was there a description?
Was there? I don't remember.
No,
A dwarf.
there
Like
was.
this dwarven man with like some
Oh,
shitty
right.
bagpipes. Does not sound like this correlates.
Yeah, he looks and goes, well, seeing as the individuals at the outpost mentioned something about lizard eyes or something along those
Yeah, I do
lines,
remember
then I doubt it's him. And people
that.
going
That'd probably be
missing,
pretty obvious.
yes, people going missing of their own, not of their own volition. I mean, we've witnessed somebody use music to put up people in a cellar of their own will, technically. I wouldn't be surprised if they were luring people away from the town. But it could be somebody separate. But they did have undead with them as well.
Quick side note, General. Like I do a little whisper, like a little huddle. Just so I know, and again, I'm good with whatever, but are we trying to do like a quest here? Like, do we think we want to ask if they want to hire us for this?
Well, that was something I was going to bring up with you all. Whether or not it's being hired, I do technically have a responsibility, and I think Brehik would say the same thing, to see that the natural order of the unnatural scourge that has fallen upon this nearby forest is solved.
Okay. Second thing, and by the way, I put you into this huddle, Tessera. When we were talking to Hush's client, his daughter was spying on us and sort of rushed off in a hurry. So, I guess we should probably be keeping an eye out for her because she might try and follow us.
That did happen.
Miss Holly is the individual they just said, well, I guess was in the huddle. Ophelia? Is she one to run off into the woods on her own?
Ophelia. She's a eager young woman. She's not reckless in that sense, but she definitely is passionate.
Did she lose somebody out there?
She kind of gets a little bit of a sullen look. Not, not out there. Her mother, Antlin's wife, was killed a few years ago on the road by bandits.
Interesting.
Does she think it has some weird correlation to what's going on, I wonder?
Ophelia's always been passionate about this village's well-being.
Oh, okay.
I think she's just worried with all the disappearances, and she does enjoy her theories, her estimates of what's going on. What was it, a few months ago? She thought she thought that a wild druid was going to come into the town and set the place on fire because they weren't served eggs for breakfast. So a lot of her passionate rabblings mean well, but are not
The
often
tilt ahead.
validated.
Well, I guess we'll find out one way or another. My friend here was mentioning it, is whether or not you would be willing to hire us to deal with this little problem or not.
Yes, if you are willing to deal with it. Unfortunately, we're just a small little farming village, lumbering too. I can't afford to pay you up front, but you know, if you're willing to help, I'll pay for your room and board here at the inn.
Actually, I had an idea, if you don't mind, General.
Hmm.
You guys get a few amounts of travelers throughout this village, I assume. Sort of like how we brought Hush through.
Once in a while, not as frequently as you'd think. We're lucky if we maybe get a handful every week.
Well, I was just thinking, we're sort of trying to build our name, as it were. What if you did some of that for us? You know, spread our name, our group, sort of call us reliable and possibly get us more job offers in the future.
Oh, I don't see why not. I think that could be very reasonable.
Does that sound good, General?
I mean, it is what it is. I have no issues if room and board and alcohol are paid for, and I get to do what I was probably going to do without being paid if you guys didn't want to do it. Then yes.
Alright.
Somebody should probably go tell my sister that she shouldn't pay for rooms.
Speaking of your sister, could
Yes.
I ask for one more teensy little favor? And I asked this to the lady. Is there a way we could possibly do like a bit of a well, she's going to be playing here, and I was wondering if there's a way we could sort of tell the village or be like, hey, everyone should show up.
Oh, well, if your friend's a traveling bard, I'm sure, with a little bit of advertising, we could get a very wonderful turnout for your friend.
Alright. Sarah, did you want to tell her that that she probably shouldn't pay?
Well,
That's fine.
yeah, let's leave it to you, Rock Queen.
You got this, Rock Queen.
I'll go.
Man, don't act like you're sending her to the gallows or anything.
I know. What?
Damn.
What was that
I hope
about?
you like that ring. She'll find a way to take it.
Well,
Stop it. She
For-
lost ring privileges.
well, for tonight, I've got about. Do you mind if I take this map, by the way, Miss Spittlebush?
Yes, by all means. And I know Farron's not the easiest to talk to, but he does have the most experience in the woods. So if you have any questions about it, he might be able to help.
Yes, I was gonna see if he could get me something of his brother's to track him by, and I might go investigate that church, Finn, if you're still feeling jumpy, antsy, whatever monks
Absolutely.
say. Yes.
I was actually wondering if we maybe want to offer to the sheriff to come along, because I know if my family was out and about, I'd want to go save them.
Well, he's. I guess correct me if I'm wrong, Miss Spittlebush, but he is currently elbow deep in liquor and alcohol, and I'm pretty sure he is drowning his sorrows of his missing brother.
Farron's, he's this actually his normal.
Oh.
That doesn't seem very helpful as well. I mean, I'd feel pretty disappointed in myself if I didn't at least try.
Well, we can give him the option, and if he doesn't, he doesn't.
That's
Unfortunately.
fair.
I know how Fan can look. He might be a bit more passionate about his drink, but he takes his job very seriously. As much as he may not look it, he does enjoy this town. But I do know that sometimes the peace, the quietness of it can get to him. And with his brother missing, he's been watching over Ami and truants since. So I'm sure the added pressure isn't helping.
Ami and Truant being his brother's children or something?
His niece and sister-in-law. He's been helping them out since Florence went missing.
Interesting. Well, I guess I'll go talk to him and the church.
Let's go.
Yes, sir. Hopefully,
Tess,
doesn't take too long.
as Tessera, you had gone ahead. You went downstairs to go inform Zelina.
Mm-hmm. She'll go over to Zelina and she'll say, "Well, they sent me down to let you know that our room and board are being paid for."
Oh, that's wonderful. Good thing I didn't use my money.
Yes, I wanted to make sure that you didn't.
Oh, I used Vans actually.
Yeah,
But
I
here
was
you go.
gonna
Here's
say,
your-
hey.
If you want, here's his portion. You go take it to him.
Is it minus what was already put towards room and board?
Oh yeah, it's minus the 2 gold and 6 silver.
97 gold and 4.
I mean, I'll just go and get it
Alright.
back. It's fine. I'll have Holly reimbursed for the payment, I guess.
She would, yes.
God, that sister.
If she tells you that it's minus that.
Yeah, she's gonna be like, Hush was weird and like had a specific payment he gave us.
Just here's your she's just gonna go up and she'll go over and she'll be just like, "Oh, Van, here's your payment from finishing the job with Hush." And that's all she says when she hands it to you.
I counted out.
Gosh. You counted out.
Yeah.
He did say 100, so yeah.
Yeah.
That's
I see she already paid with my money. Miss Holly, please.
Yes, Holly reimburses you, and yeah, you are all meeting up downstairs. Zelina, what were you doing down here?
I was making this whole corner like into a stage to
Adorable.
perform.
Captain.
Yeah. You start setting it up.
Yes, Finn.
So I asked the speaker to actually do a bit of advertising for us. So hopefully we'll get a big crowd.
Oh, wonderful. Then
We're
I guess
also being hired to do this job.
Still looking for the disappearing townsfolk.
Yeah, the reward was paying for the room and board, and also I added on that she would sort of spread our new name around. Hopefully get us some more jobs in the future.
Oh, that's actually wonderful, Finn.
Yeah.
I guess for this occasion, I guess I'll use this musical instrument here. And I pull out the lute.
Is it a special one?
Well, it's not just special, it's actually my pride and joy, actually. And if someone actually touches it, I will kill them.
I back away! I wasn't gonna.
And this was the first musical instrument I was ever given.
Oh, who gave it to you?
That's not important.
Oh, okay. So, to update you, Captain, we're thinking of going to the church to get some information. If you're interested.
The church.
Is there anything else, General?
Not at the moment. We're probably going to start tomorrow. Well, actually, how much daylight do we have right now?
A little later into the day, probably a little afternoon.
Well, I guess that depends. These people have been missing for a little bit. Are we wanting to try to get in there as quickly as possible, or do you think we should wait till tomorrow? As time is always of the essence in these things. Hopefully.
So, people disappeared, right? And they came back, but have the rescue party ever come back?
No, I don't believe anybody's come back, is what they said.
Oh. Then yeah, I mean, I'm good to go whenever, but I know some people would probably want to rest.
It's just walked all day, that's it.
If there is some time left in the day, and getting a start might be a good idea.
Well, if that's the case, let me go talk and y'all get ready.
Are you gonna talk to the sheriff?
I am, he's right here. Well, Mr. Sheriff, how do you do? Oh no, I can't believe Emily fucking died.
I'm here.
Oh.
Hello?
Hello.
Little Mike-ish. Okay. So you said you're going up to him.
Yes. And I said, well, hello, Sheriff, how do you do?
Okay. He looks up over his tankard of ale, very haggard, like, again, like kind of the dark circles under his eyes, reeks of alcohol.
Oh, that's how you do, I see. Anyways, we're going to go look for the missing townsfolk. Do you have anything of your brother's that would have his scent on it?
Holly put you up to this.
We
Nope.
offered. And
I
if you need
can't
our
get-
credentials, you could just go ask the merchant that came into town with us, as we did also save him from a missing persons case from a bunch of hobgoblins.
We're also friends with Ruby Guard.
Yes.
You say Ruby Guard, and he kind of gets a little bit of like a, like, sure. Not like he doesn't believe you, but more like, oh, Ruby Guard, so special. Kind of like roll of his
Oh.
eyes a bit. He says,
Oh, okay.
I can get something for you later.
Well, we're leaving now, is the thing. We're
Yes,
not
but I
wanting
have
to
stop
left.
home to get it.
Well, alright. I don't mean to be rude to you, Mr. Sheriff, but this is your brother and 15 plus other missing individuals that have been gone for a couple days.
He puts a hand up to stop you. I didn't say I wasn't helping. I said I have to go home to get it, so I will give it to you later. Doesn't mean I'm not going now. Before you start
Well,
getting
we're-
antsy about it.
We're gonna go to the church. Maybe you can meet us there.
Papa's been trying to get me to go there for years. Why not?
Well, if that's where you can get to us before we walk into the woods, any other information about it would be helpful. I did get the map of where it already has been looked, if there's anything else that we need to know. You
Do you
know,
have the map?
I pull it out, and I put it down. Also, I didn't get to ask you, but there is apparently undead nearby. You wouldn't know anything about that either, would you?
Not too much. I just heard rumors.
Well, rumors are somewhere.
And he looks over it, and he would kind of he'd circle a certain spot. He'd say, if I were Florence, this is where I would start. So your best bet might be to start there and just work your way forward.
Alright. I'll see you in a bit then.
Just a little passing question, if you don't mind, sir.
looks
we're
to.
gonna be going in there to rescue not only your brother but everyone else we can. We'll be traveling with, I mean, not that it matters to you clearly, the Ruby Guard member. Would you want to join us? I mean, it's your brother in there. I know if I lost family in the woods, I would be raring to go in there and grab them.
His hand sort of tightens around his tankard of ale. He says, "Think I wouldn't have gone in already."
What's stopping you?
Responsibilities, kid.
Hmm.
If I were to go running off into the woods and something were to happen, I'd be leaving people he cares about alone, and the town without a sheriff.
Hmm.
That, and it's like finding a needle in a haystack. And I'm not one to force my men to throw themselves into situations we know nothing about.
Hmm.
Alright.
Well, then I can only hope that we find them then, so you don't have to worry about it.
I'll meet you at the church.
Hmm.
Give you what I can grab. Such happy music for like such a sad conversation.
A bit of a somber conversation. Rock Queen, Captain, you guys coming?
I will
I'm
pat.
coming.
I will pat this other dog on the head. Alright, Drizzle, let's go. We've got work again.
Yeah, I'll be right over. I'm just finishing setting up my stage.
Mm-hmm. To the church, where we will not worship like a something, whatever. I don't know how the song goes.
Yep. As you make your way, throwing you back into Easthollow here. Number 1, I believe, is the Church of the Eternal, the
What a
more
name.
popular religion in the Crouzyan Empire. Oh god, I'm not adjusting this. It's too much effort. But yes, the Eternal, being the deity of order, perseverance, and strength. It is the more popular religion followed by the Croatian Empire, and this church is definitely dedicated to this leadership.
Oh,
As
General,
we'll move you there.
before we enter any dangerous areas, here you go. I bought 2 potions so you can have one just in case.
Hmm? Well, you didn't have to go out of your way to do that, but I will take it either way, I guess. Is it a healing potion?
Yeah, just a regular.
There's one.
I'm not a fan of these kind of places, so I might leave this to you guys.
I'm not really a fan myself either, but business is business.
It's weird, I actually grew up in a bit of like a monastery, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not the holiest of persons.
Oh, I know how to worship things. Maybe not how they do it. Technically worship a god, but it's simply by doing what I do. What about you,
Quite frankly,
Tessera?
I don't think any of us are really worshippers.
Do you worship Drizzle? That's what I thought.
A huff.
Yeah, Rock Queen, are you like a devout worshipper? We never really asked.
Not particularly.
Don't ask the warlock who they worship.
I
You're asking dangerous questions, man.
know. We're not ready for that conversation yet.
You know what I bet? I bet there is a rock deity out there.
She would laugh at that. No, that sounds like my kind of deity.
Somewhere in the back of your mind, Lambert's just like me.
Yeah, God, rock, me?
Gaslight Lambert into being a rock. A rock god. As you all enter, and you see this relatively small but intimidating church made of freshly carved stone. Long spiraling single-story building with a brown tile roof, smooth stone floor. You see a large open floor with some pillars holding the church up, and a large basin of water behind the altar, where you can assume a priest would give a sermon.
Where is the closest priest?
You see a few devouts around the room. Many of the visitors seem to be gnomes and halflings. There is a half elf here, but one that would stand out is the very finely dressed tiefling. Talking to one of the devouts. He's dressed in to describe this man here. You see, he wears clothing that is held on in multiple layers, but most of it looks to be in poor condition. He carries with him a set of flails on his belt, each one with an opal on the hilt, and he wears a colorful flower in his stringy white hair with these white irises. Almost looks blind, but you can tell he isn't. But definitely some pretty tough cataracts going on.
Oof.
As he is talking to this devout. Upon seeing you enter, he would turn to you after dismissing his acolyte. He'd say, "Welcome to the Church of the Eternal. Are you new to our village?"
Technically, yes. This is our first time visiting. We were hoping to find out more information regarding your disappearances in the town.
Oh, I've heard of disappearances. Poor Florence hasn't been in attendance, so ever since he led that search and rescue party.
Yes, he has been missing for quite a while. It seems like, though it is the talk of the town, I'm surprised you haven't heard much more about it, or anything, really.
His eyes sort of like dart around a little bit. Not much aside from that poor folks have been missing. We've raised a few concerns, and Holly assured us she was finding a way to take care of it.
DM, could I, as they're sort of talking, could I keep an eye out for the dude's daughter, just in case she is spying on us from here as well?
Sure.
Cool.
I look back at everyone. Can I insight that eyes darting around
Yeah.
thing?
Yeah. Roll the insights.
I'll join in.
I will. Also.
Natural 20, 23.
Yikes. 20.
18. Look at us being insightful.
Okay. You watch him take a look around. He seems a bit, a little caught off guard by the questioning. You can tell this is a very, simple man. doesn't really leave the church too much. So it's like, these very colorful strangers came in and kind of started interrogating him. Maybe not like harshly, but it's still a little harsh in retrospect of what this man might be used to. But you don't see anything too crazy. Just that he's very like nervous around these new people suddenly coming in to ask questions.
Well, would any of your acolytes potentially have any information? The only correlation that we were told regarding the church was that people go missing before the bell is tolled for the end of the workday. Not that I think it has a heavy correlation, but we never want to leave things unturned. Sorry, I about said a stone thing. I didn't want my friend to get excited.
Rolls her eyes.
I mean, I'm sure it might have some correlation, but I don't know what it has to do with the church. We do sound the bell every day at the end of the day, when evening touches and the sun starts to set. But I don't know how else I can help you, unfortunately.
Does anything else significant happen around that time?
People come returning from the woods. They deliver most of the goods they might be transporting. Nothing significant really happens outside of just ending your workday.
Interesting. Well, we tried. Guess we gotta go look in the woods now. Well, thank you for your time, Father... whatever your name
Carver.
is. Carver.
Just call me Carver, please. And he'll shake your hand.
Shake his hand. Well, hopefully you won't have to deal with it anymore, but we'll see.
Muffin.
Yes, thank you.
With a 21.
Yep.
Carver goes to shake Van's hand. You see a very interesting brand on his arm. When his sleeve, like he shakes hands and his sleeves sort of fold up. It is a brand from Delia. Specifically, Delia Monastery.
I just go up to him. Sorry, could you mark him again for me, just so I know who I'm going up to?
Yep, this tiefling individual right here.
Hands on the shoulder. Are you from Delia?
You see heads from like the pews start turning to look at this man. Some of the acolytes start turning like, what? Like, no one in here knew that.
I don't care about them right now. I am focused.
I know. I don't know what you're talking about, my dear.
Do you know Maeve?
Sorry, I don't know that name. Look, not... He kind of puts a hand on your head a bit, like kind of pats your hair down. Not all, acolytes and churchgoers are from Delia's.
I mean, I'm just gonna do a general insight check, but I feel like I know my answer. 16.
You know there are multiple monasteries throughout Delia.
Yeah.
You know this man is looking at you like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, the sinister smile of his eyes that are bearing into Muffin that is like, if you keep talking, you're gonna have a problem.
I'm gonna roll a general intelligence check for Muffin for a second.
Do we pick up on this man's oddness?
Okay, cool. Muffin is
stands
stupid.
out, definitely.
Muffin is stupid and does not notice, or doesn't. I don't know. So I'm from Delia. Oh my god. Yeah, my name is Muffin. I trained with a girl named Maeve. She's real cool.
As you're like, I'm from Delia, you hear like a gasp and the sound of someone fainting over by the pews.
I look over and I look at everybody looking at them, and I'm like, I lean over to Finn and this priest, I guess.
Mhm.
So, as somebody in the room who has no idea what's going on, why are people making this a big deal?
I don't know. I'm from Delia, so I don't know why it's a big deal.
Okay, it's alright, and he puts a hand up. It's alright. I'll take care of this, please go back to what you were doing. And he turns to the acolyte behind him and says, can you, get that nice lady some water, please? Come, let me walk you out. I'm sure, we can have a conversation outside.
Okay.
Oof. I
Yeah,
didn't know
General, I have no
Delia.
idea.
Didn't know Delia was a trigger word for
See,
churchgoers.
the thing is,
I had them clutching their
Dylan-
pearls.
Dylan knows why. Dylan's 100% understanding why.
As he sort of
Muffin.
is like ushering you all out. And as soon as you get out, he closes the large doors. You hear the big thunk of the doors, and he turns to look at Muffin. Folds his hands in front of him a little. Takes like a deep breath of like this energy of like, God, give me strength. The eternal give me strength to
Make-
talk to this child.
Make my pimp hand strong.
No, don't hit me.
No.
Dear, you said you were from Delia.
Mm-hmm. Sure am.
And that you were from the monastery specifically.
Yep.
May I ask how you wound up at the monasteries of Delia?
Just looks at the group. I got lost in the snow, and I was saved.
But you weren't sent to the monasteries.
Mm-mm.
His shoulders sort of relax a little bit.
Nope.
Wait. I think I remember now. Isn't that like the prison monasteries?
Yeah,
That's...
it's filled with a lot of nice people, though.
Well,
So that probably makes sense as to why if you go, I'm from Delia, that everyone assumes you're a very, or at least dangerous enough criminal to be sent to the mountain prison monasteries? Look at the old man.
In most of the countries of the Grand Nation, if someone were to commit a horrendous act wanting execution or exile, there's a high possibility they will be extradited to Delia, where they will be repenting in the monasteries. It's a frozen wasteland ruled by a white tyrant, and no one escapes the monasteries. Think of it like you are there to repent eternally for your crimes against your nation.
I did, technically.
Alright, so hold on. This is like a big step here, jumping in a direction of something. So, Finn, you weren't guilty of something there, but you repented of stuff? It doesn't seem
No.
right, but... No?
I was lost in the snow. I got found, and I sort of stuck around.
Interesting. Why did you assume our friendly priest here, Carver, was from Delia?
I assume I would also have a symbol or a mark. as well.
You would
that
not,
be correct?
because you would not. But you know Maeve would have, but you do not.
Oh, because he had something that looked just like what my master had. A
Hmm.
symbol.
Well, isn't that a small town dramatic thing?
The wince
So-
of this man when you say that.
So, were you lying? Do you know Maeve?
I do not know Maeve. There are multiple monasteries in Delia.
Oh.
I apologize for lying. I did not want to start a unrest in this small village. And he would come clean and he would roll up his sleeve. You'd see a brand like burned into his lower forearm.
Well, if you're the tiefling, that must have been pretty hard to do that. Anyways, what, if you don't mind me asking, was your crime against humanity? Or mortal kind, I guess, is another word.
He looks a little uncomfortable as he says it. I was a member of the Celestial Conclave,
Hmm.
a group of a group of clerics over in over in the Empire of Rexumia. I was sticking my nose where it didn't belong. Uncovering my ambition got the better of me.
So you stuck your nose in something it didn't belong, and some powerful people didn't think you should know it, so they threw you in prison.
My stunt cost a lot of people their lives.
Hmm.
So, if you were in the monastery, how were you here now? Did you serve your sentence or something?
In Delia, if you are able to escape the frozen wasteland, your crime is annulled. But that doesn't mean people forgive or forget so easily. I needn't dare return to Rexumia, and Easthollow was the first kind town, and Miss Holly was even offered to take me in despite my history. Which I assure you she knows. I'm not here on any malicious intent. I simply just want to live out the rest of my days trying to make amends for the people that I unfortunately hurt. Just not in a frozen wasteland, half starving in the middle of... Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
This is what I'm talking about, guys. See? Just because you're from a bad place doesn't mean you're a bad person.
He holds a hand up and he says, "Please do not mistake it, Muffin. What I did was horrendous."
So
I'm
did...
sure...
well,
I'm
I've
not
met
saying
a
there
lot of people
aren't...
at the monastery. Oh, sorry, go on.
I'm not saying there aren't good people at the monastery. I'm sure your master was a wonderful person. But don't mistake actions for weakness, or good for kind. Just because someone has made a mistake, even as a gravish one as I have, doesn't mean they're a bad person. But just because they're a good person to you, doesn't mean that they don't have a past that they may or may not regret. There are many people in Delia who feel they were wrongfully sent, even though they were, hardened war criminals trying to put nations against each other, or Izanian rebels who've murdered thousands of innocents trying to uproot information. There are heinous people in this world, but I believe everyone deserves a second chance, and I know Delia is meant to feel like one. Instead, it comes off more of an eternal damnation.
Well, honest question to you, Mr. Priest. I know you have your own things and you look to be up in your age a little bit. Wouldn't it be better, though, to be helping those that you hurt and the lives that you damaged, rather than being a country away?
I see your point, young man.
Well, sorry, no offense. I'm probably like triple your age.
He gives this smile like he don't give a shit. He's gonna call you what he wants to. You might be physically older. He is mentally older.
I don't know.
He told you.
I do see what you mean. I could return to Rexumi. I could dedicate my life to trying to amend the very families that I've torn asunder with my actions. A part of it is selfish. I do not wish to face them like I would. There's also the matter of Rexumia is not a place you can enter unless you pass through the wards. I wouldn't even be able to make it into the country if I wanted to. And you don't really get a choice of what direction you end up fleeing when you're in Delia. You either hit the ocean, north, or south. It's not
That's
a lot of
true.
options.
It was hard to traverse.
And it's not like I can freely cross borders. They're going to take one look at my brand and... No. Honestly, I'm lucky I even made it this far.
Well, that's quite interesting. Well, good luck. I guess we're gonna go find some missing people.
Yep.
Pat, pat.
And he does look to Muffin, and he'll kind of like kneel down to your level. You have a wonderful spirit about you, young lady, but for your own safety, you might want to keep that information about being from Delia on the down low. Even though you've done nothing wrong and you're not sent there, you don't want people making assumptions that could get you or the people you care about hurt.
Would it really get people hurt if I told them I'm from Delia?
I mean, think of it from someone else's perspective. If you met a person and they told you they were a dangerous war criminal, and you see them traveling with a bunch of other powerful people, would you not also assume that they were dangerous criminals?
I typically like to live life not really caring what other people think about me. But I see your point in not wanting to bother these guys about it.
This is just advice from an old man.
Okay, I'll take
There's
that.
no shame in being proud of where you're from or where you were raised.
Well, shall we go look for those people, General?
Yes, hopefully the sheriff will be here so that we can
Oh yeah, that's
somewhere.
a point. Yep.
He's probably still drinking.
How long should we wait?
A couple minutes, probably. We've been talking for a bit, and we walked over here.
As Carver goes back inside, you'd be waiting a bit. Considering that conversation, you'd probably wait another 15 minutes before you would see Farron coming up the road, tired, little haggard of a walk. He's carrying a satchel on him. And as he approaches, he holds a hand out to like wave you down, reaches into the bag, and he will pull out Farron's hairbrush.
Well,
Not Farron, sorry, Florence's hairbrush. Shoot.
Well, that should work. Hopefully, this will be quick.
You'll pull out the head of Farron.
Also, I don't know if it'll help here, and he will hand you what looks like a doll of sorts, like a children's doll.
Okay.
Ami gave her father a parting gift to keep him safe, so you have her sent too. It could help.
Was she also missing in the list of people?
She wasn't missing, but she gave her dad something, so like
Oh,
her
her
scent might be
also.
on his too.
Gotcha. If it's on his person, gotcha.
Just in case. He's like, I don't know how this works, so here's 2 options.
Gotcha.
Whatever helps, I suppose, right?
Yep. Somebody want to run and get Braun while we do this?
Braun would be with Brehik.
Looks to Zelina.
Yeah.
Did you say Braun will be with Brehik?
Yeah.
Damn it. Okay.
Like they're off like they probably stayed by to help Hush unload everything, and then they said they would stop at the tavern, meet up with you guys.
Well, I guess that's a question. For are
We go to the tavern, grab them, and then head
Yeah.
off to.
if
Right?
we're allowed to.
Yeah, as you start making your way to the tavern in Easthollow to go pick up your companions and start heading off towards the Lone Woods, that is where we will end it tonight.
Woo.
Mazel tov!
Mazel
tov!
Bit of backstory coming out.
Derber, derber, derber,
did.
derber.
A lot of fun lore and information.
Alright.
Lore drops are amazing.
I have
Yes.
too many actual notes for this session. Half of them are probably not important, but you know.
I love it. Anyways, alright. Thank you so much for anyone who stayed and tuned in for episode 2. We will be back next Monday with another episode. Please make sure to follow us on social media, like, share, subscribe if you enjoyed what you saw today. Our goal is to create a fun and healthy community where we all get to, join Discord, hang around, chat, share fun things, and share our love of tabletop and all those fun things. I keep saying fun things. Yeah. So basically, I hope everyone has a wonderful rest of your week. Make sure to take care of yourselves. Drink some water. Stay hydrated. Watch your mental health. If you missed part of tonight's stream or you want to watch it again for any reason, we will be dropping it early for our Patreons on Wednesday, and you will get it live YouTube on Thursdays. Also Spotify.
Thanks for watching.
Yep. Thank you. You have a wonderful rest of your week.
You failed us.
And remember, halflings do have their own language.
I swear to God.
You failed us, Dylan. No crazy.
I did.
No crazy saying.
There was no good spot for it.
Oh.
All right. Well, I am closing it off now.
Woo.